Good performance, man. Don't ever leave Chelsea. Never give up. Love the street, always.
Yes, guys, and welcome to another stream on this beautiful channel. It's your boy Matt hosting, and Sadiq has given us one of the best cooperations of hosts. It's me, Matt hosting, and I've got Father co-hosting today. Father, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, good evening, people. Good evening. As always, good, but nothing more dramatic about people missed out on the Newcastle away tickets like they did yesterday. Apparently, it was sold out less than 5 minutes. I've heard, but we all good.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't got tickets for a while, but I'm glad I'm not sitting in virtual waiting rooms for God knows how long, getting pulled out, etc. Getting Chelsea tickets is an absolute nightmare. So, to everyone that has to do it every week, good luck to them. We've got a special panel with us as well. First of all, the main man, Sadiq. How you doing, my friend?
Thanks for having me on today, guys. I really appreciate it. It's a pleasure to be on this channel. But yeah, we got everyone on the stream, man. We got Father, Matt, KJ, Kazilla, Alfred. Thanks for making the time. And yeah, I'm looking forward to being a guest tonight.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're one of the best guests, so it's a pleasure to have you. Moving on to Alfred. How you doing, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you. Hope you lads are all good as well. I absolutely cannot wait for this game tomorrow against I've put on the spot here and I've forgotten who the name of the bloody team that we're playing. Brentford. Yeah. Sorry. No, I was remembering some of the comments that people were saying that we're gonna cop like 4 goals and stuff like that. And yeah, I just seen some really ridiculous predictions, and I'm looking forward to going in there. And I don't want no excuses like, look what they did to Liverpool and with Manchester United and all this. For me, we are Chelsea Football Club. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh, but I want to go in there and slap them. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, I mean, we hope to slap every team, but sometimes it doesn't work out like that. So we'll have to wait and see. Brentford are a hard team to beat. KJ, how are you doing, my friend?
Yo, what up? What are we saying? It's your boy KJ. You know how I'm back again. It's good to be back on the panel, obviously. With you guys, it's great. Finally, international break is over, man. I hate international break with everything in me. So just happy to watch the team I support. And yeah, man, big up everyone.
Yeah, big up KJ. I mean, he's repping the Vans top, new sponsor for the channel, hopefully. Obviously by yours, KJ.
Yeah. You know, I'm working undercover.
Oh yeah, guys, I've got good news before we go to Kazilla's. I've got good news. Free UK will be sponsoring this channel. I have been in touch with them, so we do have some good stuff coming up. Maybe some free tickets, free shirts. We shall find out very soon. But yeah,
lovely. I mean, we saved the best till last. Kazilla, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, bruv, I'm absolutely shattered, mate. First time I got back into the ring today since I think it was September 1st. So yeah, man, I'm absolutely shattered. But listen, I'm cool.
Well done.
I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I'm happy we get to see Chelsea again, man. This international break has been taking a toll on me. But yeah, man, big up everyone. You guys make sure you support all the co-hosts, everyone, especially Sadiq, innit? So I'm sweet, man.
Yeah, and I mean, just as we were just about to finish introducing everyone, Jesters has popped right in just at the right time. How you doing, Jesters?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. This is my 3rd live stream today, so I'm getting back in the normal swing of things. Looking forward to tomorrow, kind of take my mind off life in general, and hopefully we can actually put in a good performance. So that's what I'm looking for. Nice to be back with everybody. I got a confusing message last night. I don't know, man. I guess Matt got the same confusing message, huh?
I think everyone got the same confusing
message. You guys got the message too.
Anyway, well, first of all, before we get into the Chelsea-Brentford game, obviously there was some news that come out. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Bit of sad news in terms of the footballing world. Obviously, David Brooks, Bournemouth winger, he's contracted cancer. So obviously, 23-year-old. It's very upsetting for everyone. So obviously, just as part of this channel, we'd all like to wish him well in his recovery, as he's a good player, and hopefully he can get back to the Premier League and back to his best. But we will get into some football talk. Before we go on to the lineup, Sadiq, if you highlight the specific comment that I'll get Jesters to first of all react to, because obviously Jesters is the man to react to this comment by a certain Major General N'Golo Kanté. If Sadiq is even there to highlight it up, there you go. Jesters, just react to that comment for me, because I can't be asked to moan. I know you're 3 streams in, so you're hot and ready.
Look, first of all, I don't know how it is in English football, but they never get the injuries right. And we don't even know what the injury is. And, when in America, in NFL football, you know exactly what the injury is. How many days are going to be out because of betting? Because if you don't know somebody, it's the way for the bookies to set the price on bets. I don't know why they said 10 days. When I saw the injury, I saw him walk off, and the report that he came back to England on crutches and a walking boot. That's not a 10-day injury. It's a high ankle sprain. We don't know the severity of the sprain. And just so everybody knows, and Matt can back me up, a sprain is an actual tear in the ligaments. They call it a sprain, but it's an actual tear. Depending on the severity of that tear, and the pain that the player can endure from it, is how, depending on when they're going to get it back. So again, it was never going to be a 10-day injury. I don't know why they said it was a 10-day injury. I can't tell you. I don't work for Chelsea Football Club. But a high ankle sprain is 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the severity and the pain tolerance of the player and what you ask that player to do. Reece James, you don't ask him to cut because that's not his position. Christian Pulisic, you want him to cut, do all the little tricks and get past people like he always does. You can't do that if every time you do that, you have pain, because your mind actually says, don't do that anymore. That's why you have pain. It says something's wrong. Don't do that. So that's my take on that. And he'll come back when he's 100%. And I'm guessing it's going to be against Malmo on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, before I get into my response on it, obviously big up Afrik Kalunpour. I'm sorry if I butchered the name of a super chat. Big up everyone. Well, Stiggs takes it off before I can finish reading it, but there you go. Big up everyone. Nice to see you all back. Well, it is good to be back, and it is good to be on this stream. I mean, in terms of my response to that, obviously coming from my medical background, Jesters is right in what he's saying. When they said 10 days, I will quote Chelsea, and they said at least 10 days. So at a minimum, they don't know how long. What the idea was that he had the high ankle sprain. They didn't do a scan on it. So as Jesters have said, there are levels of strains. It is tore, whether it's 0% or 100%. You have 3 different grades. Now, they knew it wasn't the complete tear, but grade 2 can go from anything between 2% to 98%. So we don't know how severe it is. And the whole point of rehab, they work on how much pain the player's in terms of how the stages of getting through the rehab. If Pulisic is still in pain, they can't go any further on the rehab, and they just have to work with him. So that's why, in terms of if they put a specific date without a scan, that's why they're not saying what date it is. And unfortunately, as Jester said, it is 4 to 6 weeks. And when people keep bringing up the whole injury-prone aspect of it, I'm currently on my way to writing a massive article and to going through all context of all Pulisic's injuries and to show what are injury-prone injuries and what are, well, not lies, but injuries that are not related. Stats, the numbers of his stats for his days and games out is completely misrepresented by especially transfer market, because I know that's where everyone gets it from. So when people say he's been out for 40% of his days at Chelsea, that is a lie, because they have messed with the stats. And as we say with stats in football, if you're only looking at stats in football, then you don't know football at all. You need to look at the eye test and the context behind it. If you're looking at Pulisic's injuries without the context, then I'm sorry to say, but there is nothing more I can say or do to help you. I mean, you got major. You're called Major General N'Golo Kanté. We could go back at Kanté for these injuries, but there you go. We won't talk about that. But anyway, we'll get into the rest of the panel. Start with Father. What do you think of Pulisic's injuries?
I haven't monitored as much as you think, though. I feel like the injuries itself kind of. I hate to say this, but I feel like he's been digging his own grave again. I feel like the injury kind of ruined his career a little bit. You remember when we signed him in the first place, he was meant to be the player, like, you know, that could be the player that the next Hazard that they would. But I just feel like for the last couple of years, I'm sorry to say this, but I feel like he's become more of a, you know, Eden Hazard now, where Hazard's now like already aging, but had more injuries now. So I don't know, man. I feel like I don't want to be harsh on Pulisic because I love him, but I feel like the injury kind of cost him his career, and I feel like he might be. It feels pain me to say this, but you kind of get to the point that he might be retiring early, you know.
I mean, that's I understand what you're saying, but when someone's 23 years old, and that by 23, that means they haven't even grown into their adult body yet. That takes to you about 25. There's still plenty of way for him to go to improve his body. I mean, when we talk about Hazard, people keep talking about, Hazard was only out for 24 days of his career at Chelsea. But Hazard came when he was 24, 25, when he was in his man's body. Whereas Pulisic has come a lot earlier, and he's going through that stage of sometimes players do get injuries when they're younger or when they're older. But that is the way they deal with it. And I'll leave it for the article because I don't want to completely spoil the whole article. But Pulisic has gone an extended period of time without getting an injury-prone injury. An injury that is actually an issue. But we will get into that later on. I mean, Kazilla, what do you think of Pulisic's injuries?
It is what it is, man. Honestly, I'm not qualified enough to talk about the medical aspect of what's going on and whatnot, but as a player, I think Christian Pulisic is one of our better players, man. I feel like when he's fit and healthy, he needs to be starting every game. But it's also very annoying that he keeps on getting injured. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe he needs to work on his body, maybe bulking up a bit like Mason Mount. But I'm not 100% sure, man. Like, I just want him to be fit and healthy, and I feel like we're a better team when he's playing, you know. So obviously it's a problem for us, but we need the medical staff at Chelsea to just try and sort something out with this guy, man, because when he's on his game, he's one of our better players, man. So let's hope he can get fit and get less injuries in his Chelsea tenure.
Yeah, I mean, KJ, obviously we've mentioned that, as Kazilla rightly said, Pulisic is one of our best deep wingers in form when he's on the pitch. So do we give him a bit more time because we know of the quality he possesses to get back?
I think we do. We just need to look at his age and look where he is as a footballer as well. I think for us to kind of write him off as young as he is, and as much as, like you said, he still needs to develop. I mean, he's still developing into his body, and there's room to improve. I remember when I was young and I was playing football. I mean, I still am young, but when I was younger, I was getting injuries galore. You know, when I reached 24, the injuries started slowing down. You know, I did a lot of body work, did a lot of legwork, strengthened the areas I needed to strengthen, and it helped a lot. So I think we kind of need to just give him time to just develop as a footballer. I think to the players that are not players, to the people that are kind of looking at him, and I get where they're coming from, especially because we brought in Pulisic to kind of be a Hazard type, to kind of take on the mantle of that role and kind of lead us into the future. And since there's so much emphasis created with Pulisic, it kind of makes the situation seem deeper than it is. But when you just look at it in its context, he's still young and he's still going to develop, man. I think we need to give him time to develop into the role he needs to. If it takes another 2 seasons, obviously there's a red flag there because we've kind of wasted money. But yeah, man, I haven't written him off just yet. I think just let him recover, let him play his game. Let's see what he does this season. And then at the end of the season, we can kind of make our judgment call. But I think for now, when we're so early in, just give him time to recover and let him play his game, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Alfred, to finish off with you before we move on to other topics, are you going to give him Pulisic time, or are you on the idea of maybe it's time up?
No, I completely agree with everybody says that we should give him more time. I am absolutely more than happy to give him more time because, as everybody said, he is still very young, and we can give him a lot more time to try and see if his luck with his injuries changes. And for me, in Lampard's first season, he was one of the most influential players in regards to us finishing top 4. I think that he helped us out massively that season. So he really, really showed what he can do and how important he can be. And as Jesters once said a while ago as well, playing for the national team of the United States and in that qualifying campaign, he's one of the best players around, and we've all seen how dangerous he can be, and players are always trying to target him and take him down, and that doesn't help him. But look, I think like everyone said, if he gets the time to develop and hopefully have less bad luck with these injuries, I'm absolutely more than happy to keep him.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a general consensus. I think we know the quality of Pulisic, and I think my argument is when you've got people who are just frankly not given their all and they're not as good, I'd rather get rid of them than get rid of someone who potentially is a fantastic player and we've seen his potential, but he's just struggling with injuries. Obviously, it will get to a point where we will have to cut ties, but he deserves more time. And as I said, I won't spoil it because it's in the article, but there is an extended period of time that Pulisic hasn't had an injury that is what I would say of an injury-prone type player. But we'll get into that. I mean, we've got go on.
Just one more point. I know everybody was raving on the Mo Salah goal against Man City, where he skipped through a few players and scored. And they were like, nobody's ever seen that. Well, we did see that from our own Christian Pulisic against Liverpool in Project Restart, where he basically went through 4 of their defenders and put a beautiful pass through to Tammy Abraham, who just had to tap it home. So
did it against Real Madrid as well.
Yeah, if you want to see, there's very few players in world football who can do that, have the close control to be able to go through a defense like a hot knife through butter. If you have one of those players, you give him every chance to get to his best and show him what you can do. Again, I agree. At a certain point, you have to cut ties if it continues. But at 23 years old, he's not even in his prime yet. It's not like he's sitting out a game because he has a headache.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean that when Tuchel said that in the press conference, I was like, what? Like, come on,
just remind me.
I was like, has no one heard paracetamol before? I'm sure. I know we've got a lot of shortages in the UK, but surely we've got some paracetamol running about.
But it reminded me of, since I've been married, no, honey, not tonight. I have a headache. That's the only thing I can think of. It's just like maybe he went to Tuchel and said, not this weekend, Tuchel. I got a headache. I don't. So I made that joke earlier, but it's a good joke.
Jesus. But I mean, that part about Pulisic with the goal and Salah, I'm glad there was some part of the pod that disappeared that was managed to be released to the public, because that was annoying. I mean, in context of what me and Jess are saying, we recorded the podcast after the Southampton game, and after about 10 minutes, the recording decided to shut itself off, so we weren't able to actually put a pod out. But there you go, technical issues ruined what was a wonderful pod. But that was a snippet of the pod, which you would have heard of. But anyway, we've got other injuries, obviously, as Jess has kind of said, the mysterious headache that Ziyech has got, that's for some reason we can't give him paracetamol for. And then you've got Pulisic, obviously. You've got, who else is out? Rudiger, and then Silva with his coming back late from international duty. Loftus-Cheek is absolutely fine. Sadiq, pipe down. Stay in the background. Like a good little boy.
Father, you in a closet.
Father.
Yeah, go on.
Injuries, particularly Rudiger.
What was the question that you're going to ask me?
Are you worried about any of these injuries, particularly Rudiger, for this Brentford game?
Particularly in the defensive line. We missed Rudiger. Apparently, he's going to be out for tomorrow. Thiago Silva, he just played last night in the international break with Brazil. I'm pretty concerned on how we're going to approach the game tomorrow. Are we going to go to back four for the first time this season, or are we going to stick to the system that we know? And I feel like it's going to be a conundrum who's going to be in the defensive line, and you can advocate for Aspi in the right centre back, but with Chalobah coming in, is he going to be switching to that left hand side? So that's my only concern.
I mean, I'd argue he can play with both his feet, so I don't see why he can't go on that left-hand side too. Kazilla, I'll come to you second. Are you worried about any of these injuries, or will we just put up with it and get through?
Yeah, particularly Rudiger, especially, as I've always said, when it comes to Chelsea, I feel like he's the most important player because no one can really understand what he does. It goes under the radar how much that he does at that left centre back position. We really don't have a replacement for him. And it's gonna be harder than usual with Rudiger out of the team. So I'm not too sure who's gonna play there instead. Maybe Christensen, but for me, when Christensen plays, I prefer him in the middle as a sweeper. I'm not too keen on him when he plays on either side of the centre back. So I feel like we are gonna struggle, but it's gonna be harder than usual. But I feel like with this run of games, they favour us somewhat. So I feel like it will be difficult, but I feel like we'll get through it eventually.
Yeah, I mean, Jesters, I'll come to you next. Obviously, there is a couple of comments before we go on the Rudiger thing that people are coming at you for. Quite harsh, I think.
I wonder what they did while I was gone. They must have been very depressed that they couldn't write me messages. Look, the Callum and Pulisic debate are two different things. One is injuries. One is not talented enough. Okay? When Callum develops a left foot, come back to me. Until he does that, he's a one-footed player, and that's fine if you play under 23s, under 20s, you play semi-pro. You can be a one-footed player. If you're going to be a top professional at a winger position, you better be able to play with 2 feet. We're even seeing that from Ziyech, that he's missing. Sometimes he's always going left, never going right. It's very easy to defend a one-footed player because you know exactly what he's going to do every time. So people need to understand it's not the same. He's 20 years old. He should be out on loan developing his left foot. and getting game time, game in, game out. I don't have an agenda against Callum. I have an agenda against those people who think Callum can do no wrong and that he's the best option for our team right now, which he clearly is not. So my agenda, if I have an agenda, it's against Cho stands who think that, oh, he's just fantastic. Based on what? I don't know. So just if you want him to develop, then stop propping him up and saying he should start. He shouldn't. He's not good enough to start right now. Until he can go left consistently, whip in balls with his left foot or score with his left foot, he's done. He's going to be limited. He's a role player. And yes, Pulisic is a 2-footed player. Go put on some tape. Good Lord. It's like you guys never watched a Chelsea game before with him playing.
It is quite funny with some of these comments, but we'll get out of the way of it. I mean, I will highlight one comment from Luke Tucker, which is a brilliant one. The only injury we have to worry about is Anthony Taylor, who is the referee. I mean, that is a shambles once again that Anthony Taylor is refereeing this match. KJ, first of all, I'll let you answer both questions. Rudiger injury, is that a worry? And secondly, Anthony Taylor refereeing, is that a worry as well?
Rudiger, yeah, obviously. Especially in our last few games, you can see how defensively solid he is. He provides great covering. He's that type of dynamic player you need as well, where when there really isn't an option, especially at the back, because we like playing from the back and then going up front, to have him out, it's a bit worrying, but I'm not too worried. It will be a big miss though, especially coming into the fact that now we have Anthony Taylor, and we already know. I don't want to swear, but if for some reason the Premier League doesn't open an investigation to why.
You need to get a beep.
Yeah, we need
I
a beep.
I wouldn't swear.
Sadiq, super chat money. We need to invest in the beep.
We could put everybody on a 10-second delay, and we can.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
When Jesters is going off at the Cho stands, we can just go beep beep beep.
Yeah,
beep,
yeah.
beep.
You couldn't even hear me because it'd be just beeps.
Yeah. I mean, Josh. First of all, before we get back on to the rest of the subject, how are you doing, my friend?
Doing well, man. How are you guys doing?
I mean, first of all, there's Ruben Loftus-Cheek start before we get into it all.
100%.
Perfect. That's all I wanted to hear. Stream done. Ended. Goodbye. I mean, I'm joking. Alfred, I'll come on to you last. What do you think of Rudiger's and Anthony Taylor refereeing? Is that going to be the downfall of us?
I don't think it will be a downfall. Obviously, it will be a bit of a miss not having Rudiger there, as fantastic for us, as we all know. But I think we've got enough in the squad, obviously, to get through it. Anthony Taylor, not really that concerned, to be honest. I know I should be because of all the stuff that's happened when he's reffed our games. But like I've said before, if we do our business on the pitch, then it doesn't really matter how much he wants to screw us over. He won't really get the chance, So I think we just got to do our thing, show our quality, show that we're Chelsea Football Club, and why we shouldn't have to worry about a referee screwing us over in games.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even in the Euros, he couldn't help but just try and swipe at Chelsea players. So, I mean, Azpi will better. Hopefully, Azpi's comments won't make Anthony Taylor even more angry at Chelsea. But there you go. I mean, it's one of them things. I mean, we've spent enough time ranting, raving, and talking a load of bollocks. So we can start by doing the lineup, which my co-host Father will gladly bring up on the screen.
We're going to take the formation.
Oh yeah, I mean that is a good debate. We'll go on to that first. I mean, guys, are we going 3-4-3 or are we going to go to a 4 at the back?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a 3-5-2.
Yeah, I mean a 3-5-2. I mean, there was a lot of people on Twitter saying that because of the injuries we should go 4 at the back. What would you guys start with, Jesters? What would you go for? Would you go for 3-5-2?
Yeah, I'd play it. I would, because Brentford plays three midfielders. And if you're going to play a two-man midfield, one of those midfielders has to be N'Golo Kanté. Okay? So if you're going to say we're going to play the 3-4-3, then one of those midfielders must be N'Golo Kanté, because he's like a third midfielder. If it's not going to be N'Golo Kanté, because he can't go 90, then I think we should go 3 in the middle with 3 8s basically, or 2 8s and a 6. And then you could put Ruben at 1, Kovačić or Mount at the other, and then Jorginho as the center holder, and play Werner and Lukaku up top.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, we'll get into player specifics when we get into it, but we'll try and look at the formation first. Father, what formation would you go for in this game?
I'll go 3-5-2.
Yeah, you agree with Jesters? Kazilla, what would you go for in terms of formation?
I'll go 3-4-3.
Okay, fair enough. KJ?
Same as well. I wouldn't change it.
Alfred, what would you go with?
Yep, I'm happy with that myself.
And Josh, 3-5-2, 3-4-3?
Yeah, I mean it's tough, because I think with the 3-4-3 we get to be a bit more attacking. I think he'll stick with the 3-4-3 for this game. I get the argument for both formations, but
yeah, I mean, in terms of the panel, we've said we'd go for a 3-4-3. So, Father, if you change the formation just for this lineup, I mean, I would say, I'd argue they're going to switch it between the two anyway. I think there's going to be a 3-4-3, but also be a 3-5-2 at the same time. You know, our Tuchel's flexible with the formation, so I reckon it will happen like that.
Well, if Mount's playing, he'll be dropping in the midfield anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Sadiq, if you're there, we're on the goalkeeper. So if you want to bring your Kepa nonsense out now, we've got a couple of minutes.
What are these ads going on? What's going on here?
Today's video is sponsored by No AdSense. Adblock, sorry. I'm not used to AdSense. Yeah, I don't think Paul knows about. I don't think he knows about the pop-up ad blocker. What it's called?
I'll go Mendy.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't know Kepa at all?
No, I think Kepa should start.
He'll play. I think Kepa will play against Malmo.
Yeah, I think Malmo's his game, Dick.
Yeah.
So is that the same energy for Chilwell?
No, Chilwell starts.
I think Chilwell starts.
Who wants to bet against me?
Anyway.
And I'll get to a reason why Chilwell starts in a minute, because we're going to have an inexperienced left center back who hasn't played there a lot. And do you want that person to have to cover for Alonso on defense, or would you rather have Chilwell there who has the pace to get back on defense?
Bro, it's Brentford, man. It's not Liverpool.
You act like it's Brentford. That Brentford have lost as many games as we have this season.
It's going to be easy 3-0.
Here we go. Anyway,
Alex says 5-0. I say 3-0. Okay.
Sadiq has said Kepa, so we'll go with that. Father, are you picking Mendy?
Mendy.
Jesters?
Yeah, Mendy.
Alfred?
No question, Mendy starts.
That's
KJ?
racist.
Mendy.
That's racist.
Josh?
Mendy.
Really?
I'm actually kicking from that.
Kazilla, obviously it is kind of summed up Mendy, but would you start
Yeah,
Kepa?
go Mendy.
I mean, for me, I would pick Bettinelli, because, you know, we can't have Kepa coming second in this ratings. So put Mendy in. Shameful that he's not in the Ballon d'Or, but there you go. It's one of them things. Left centre back. Father, who would you go for left centre back?
Aspi.
Interesting. Why Aspi?
Because Chalobah going to play as a right centre back.
I think he plays left center back.
I think Christensen's going to be the left, man.
I mean, it's interesting your thoughts. I mean, I do kind of understand that Azpi's played both sides in terms of fullback before, so theoretically, why can he not play on his left side? But I don't know. I personally think Chalobah would be that. But Sadiq, who do you have at left centre back?
Christensen.
Christensen. Right, fair enough. Jesters, who do you have at left centre back?
I think it's going to be Chalobah.
Yeah, fair enough. Josh, who would you have at left centre back?
Trevor Chalobah.
KJ, are you agreeing with Chalobah, or are you going with Azpi or anyone else?
Chalobah.
Alfred, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd love to see more of Chalobah. I absolutely love that kid. Bring him on.
Kazilla, would you agree with Chalobah, or are you going with anyone else?
I'd actually stick my neck out the line and say Azpi maybe, because I feel like Chalobah, he's great, but I feel like he's bad at the right centre back. So I feel like maybe Azpi, because Azpi's played on the left side before for us, might be a lot more experienced in that position. So I'll go with Azpi.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with Chilwell as well. Chalobah as well.
This guy has an agenda.
He has played left centre back for us before, so
Yeah,
just so you know.
I will go with Chalobah. I think Emerson's not here anymore, so shh. Calm your hives. Pack him in. Anyway, yeah, I think Chalobah. I think he's a both-footed player, so I think he can play on both sides. Obviously, we haven't seen it, but I think it's going to be a risk whoever we put in there. But I have faith that Chalobah can do it. Middle, obviously, I think this will be a bit more easier to pick. Kazilla, I'll start with you.
I'll go with Christensen.
Perfect. And Father, what would you go for?
Yeah, I think this one will be the easiest one. Yeah, AC.
Fair enough. Sadiq, would you agree with AC?
Yeah. I mean, I said Christensen left side, so unfortunately, yeah, I'm gonna put him in the middle
Yeah.
now.
Jesters, would you agree at Christensen or anyone else?
Yeah, I don't think we disagree on who the back three is going to be. I think it's the positioning of the back three. But yeah, AC in the middle.
Josh, AC in the middle?
Yes, I concur.
KJ, would you agree?
Yeah.
And Alfred, finally, are you going to go against the grain, or is it AC for you as well?
No, I agree. He was the first to come to mind for me as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll get the right centre back kind of out of the way. I assume everyone's going to go Azpi at right wing back, right centre back, or is anyone looking at James at all?
No, because I think that he's there, and the reason that I have him on the right is because he's one of the people who can play from that right center attacking position and chip across into Lukaku's head. We've seen him do it several times. He did it when he was playing right back to Morata, and he's done it already this year with Lukaku. And I think that's why you play him there, because he's another person who can put it in dangerous balls.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when we had Morata, and he didn't score a lot of goals, but most of the goals he did score, it was Azpilicueta playing long balls into him from that right centre-back position. So I think Lukaku can get some benefit from that, as well as hopefully Reece James at right wing back with what he was doing at Arsenal. We'll go into left wing back. Gazilla, are you picking Chilwell or are you picking Alonso for this game?
I'll pass.
Anyone else?
No, joking. We'll have to go to Chilwell.
Why?
Bruv, what do you want me to say? Look, it's Chalobah, man. If it was Rudiger, I'd say Alonso, but
Wallahi, all you man put a bet against me. Seriously.
It's true. I mean, Alonso, unless Alonso is going to stick back, I don't want to put Chalobah in, or even Azpi in situations that they're going to feel awkward in.
I think we're overreacting, man. We're overreacting, guys.
We'll see, because we've seen him out Alonso, what Alonso's like. Father, are you going with Chilwell or are you going with Alonso?
Choose wisely. Oh, man.
Just as I know you said Chilwell already, so I'll assume you're sticking to that. Josh, are you going Chilwell or are you going your favourite player, Marcus Alonso?
Yeah, this one's not even close to me, Ben Chilwell.
Fair enough. I mean, KJ, Chilwell, Alonso.
Chilwell, of course.
Oh, you're definitely racist.
I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a unanimous decision, but Alfred, are you going to change any part of that, or is it going to be Chilwell as well?
Come on.
For me, it is the Spanish god, Marcos Alonso.
Hey!
Oh.
Yo. Come on.
This guy's a big.
I'm just going to finish it up by saying Chilwell as well. So, Father, Chilwell is in there, rightfully.
Alfred, I love you, man. I've got faith in you.
We'll go to the other wing back. I mean, there is only really one option, I think. I mean, does anyone want to go Hudson-Odoi, or is it Reece James for you guys?
Hudson-Odoi.
Go Reece James.
RJ.
Reece
Best
the Beast.
right-sided defender in the Premier League.
So,
oh God. I forgot he even existed. Honestly, I think Ruben's done so well. I didn't even know he signed.
Ruben and Barkley made me forget about it, but I can't even lie.
I hope put Barkley into this. Come on.
No, Barkley's been good, man. I don't think anyone can say anything bad about
Yeah,
him.
not on Ruben's levels though.
Ruben is something special. I know Josh is just staring at the screen like chill. Right.
I mean, Father, I put Reece James in there because we're not having Callum Hudson-Odoi right wing back, especially not after what happened in training. But anyway, I think
What happened in training?
He got completely done.
Who did?
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Oh, so just
Did he?
like
Did he?
normal.
Did he?
I can't remember who it was. I think it was Lukaku or someone. Basically, completely sent him the wrong way.
So business as usual at Cobham.
So you're saying you sent him back for orange slices?
Yeah. And the water bottles while you're at it.
You man got serious agendas, man. I can't even lie.
We're joking. I don't want him playing at right wing back. If he's going to play, he's going to play out in the wing.
The ones under me are not joking, bro. The two under me are not joking.
What, Josh?
Josh and Uncle Jesus ain't joking, bro. They're serious. They want Hudson-Odoi gone, bro. They don't want him here. Okay, he's going to do orange slices right now, people.
I mean, he's picking up the water bottles as well, and maybe the cones.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think this midfield position is going to be the one we're all going to argue about. We'll get into it. Gazilla, I'll start with you. What would be your midfield two?
I'll go Mr. Jorginho, second name on the team sheet for me, and right next to him I'll go Mateo Kovačić.
Fair enough. Father, who would you go for and why?
Jorginho
and
Kanté.
Fair enough.
You guys are playing that 2020 ball.
Look, this is not the formation that I'd play, but if we're going to play this formation, N'Golo Kanté has to be one of the midfielders because they're going to be taking on a three-man midfield, and he has to be there to disrupt things. So it's Georgie and Kanté. It would be different. Hey, Ruben would start if we played a three-man midfield for me.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we'll keep that in mind. Josh, I'll let you.
Some of these guys are still playing 2020 Chelsea football. I guess it's a new season, it's a new era. I got Loftus-Cheek and Kanté.
Whoa, that's interesting. That's an interesting one. KJ, who would you go for in this midfield?
Jorginho and Kovačić.
Fair enough. So we've got two Jorginho Kantés, two Jorginho Kovačić, one Ruben Kanté. Alfred, you're kind of one of the deciding votes for this. So who would you go for?
Oh, for me, it's Loftus-Cheek and Kanté as well, actually.
Oh, so what you're saying? Oh, wait, Sadiq, you got a vote.
Yo. Oh, midfield two.
Yeah.
So Kanté is definitely out, right?
No, Kanté's in.
Oh,
Everyone in the midfield is fit.
what, do we have a tie right now?
Yeah, it's a three-way tie.
Yeah,
Really?
it's a three-way tie between Kanté and Ruben, Jorginho and Kovačić, and Jorginho Kanté.
I think Jorginho Kovačić will play.
Nice.
You guys playing that dead football.
I mean,
not that I want it, but I think that's what's gonna happen.
I mean, this is going to surprise people, but I'm actually not going to put Ruben in the starting lineup. I'm sorry. I apologise to the Ruben Loftus-Cheek fan club, but I just think rest him up, ready for Malmo, let him tear shit up against Malmo, and then he'll show what he's made of. I'm actually going to bring this back to a tie break for my vote. I'm going for Jorginho Kanté. So, comment section, let us know who you would go for.
So, if we go by that logic, Kanté has been picked more than Kovačić has because you picked him with Ruben and you picked him with Jorginho. So Kanté has more votes.
Man like
Jorginho
Xavi.
has more votes.
Well,
like Xavi.
We've got one more to try and spice us up. Who's your midfield two, Xavi?
Forgive me if you hear the moan of the lawn in the back, but my midfield two would be RLC and Jorginho. Oh, Kante's back, isn't he? Great. RLC. We gotta need someone who distributes though.
Exactly. So take ROC out.
Money made.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Jorginho and Kanté. If it's a two-man midfield.
That's Jorginho and Kanté just sneaks in out of the depths. It's 3-2 down, but now it's 4-3 up. So we've got to go then. I mean, I just think you've got to have Kanté because Brentford are very much a pressing team, so you need that energy.
I'll change my score prediction to 2-1 Brentford then. That's going to be the
Oh, no.
Josh, it's okay. It's okay. Ruben can come on.
I think Ruben will get time in the game. And if we play a midfield three, he'll start.
Matt, you just said Brentford are one of the most pressing teams in the league, and Kovačić is our most press-resistant player in the team, alongside Jorginho.
Not this season.
But I'd always argue Kanté Kovačić doesn't work.
No, but you put Jorginho next to Kovačić, because Kovačić has been our best player this season too. So why are you dropping him?
Thanks.
But then I'd argue you need the energy in midfield that Kanté brings.
Because you're playing against a three-man midfield, and Jorginho and Kovačić struggle against the three-man midfield.
No, but then you have someone in the front line to drop deeper.
Well, then I understand that, but we haven't gotten that far.
Okay. And my hands are up.
I mean, it is what has been decided, so we'll go with it. I mean, we'll start off with left forward, and there's only one man I can go to for the start. Father, main man, co-host.
Timo! The man's on fire in the international break, so he's going to start at left forward.
Scoring against all them dead teams that I've never even heard of.
He's got a banger though.
That was a nice goal.
It was a good goal.
He needs to start shooting like that. He
scores a banger. Respect him.
I mean, hopefully he's got his confidence up and he can do it. So we'll have to wait and see.
And he scored the last game as well against Southampton, so respect him.
Yeah. I mean, Godzilla, are you going with Werner or is there anyone else in your mind?
So what position are we going for? The left side?
Left foot, yeah.
Left side.
Okay. I'll go for the man himself, the man at the moment, Callum Hudson-Odoi.
And on that note, straight to Jesters. Who would you go for left wing?
Yeah, it's Timo. That's Timo. You didn't ask me about who's on orange slices, so I can't say Timo.
Oh, it's Joker. Sadiq, who would you go for left wing? Or left forward?
Callum.
Oh.
Come on, KJ, add it up. KJ, come on, add it up. Come on.
Sadiq's not even acting serious. He's just trying to create controversy.
Okay.
All right, so it's free. It's 3-2. Josh. Timo. Oh, it's 3-3. Alfred.
Come on.
Look, Timo with his two goals in his last two starts.
No.
Should have been 3.
There is space for Timo in this team, but not at that position, man. Don't worry.
Alfred,
Yeah, I mean, well,
Alfred, pick carefully, bro.
don't ignore the guy in the background.
He said Timo. You got Xavi up next.
I didn't hear him.
Hold
Say it
on.
again. Let me hear it again. I didn't hear him. Say it, Alfred.
Nah.
No, I didn't hear it again.
Xavi, we know Alfred said Timo, so Xavi.
This
Timo
is the left wing.
Yeah, left wing.
Shit.
Come on, Callum. Come on. Don't be a snake.
Let the man pick.
Bro, he's so bad at left wing, man. You can play him somewhere else and get better out.
Did he do
Well,
well
really-
at right wing? The last
It's
game?
not really.
Yeah,
It's not really a left. It's not really a left wing position.
I mean, they
If it's
always
left
change
wing-
anyway, so it don't matter.
Why shouldn't we just go with the left against Southampton? So Cho on the left, Lukaku.
Bro,
on
the
the
last two games that Timo scored against were at striker.
Because
right
Cho
wing.
is
Play him
garbage.
on the left.
He can only
All
go
right,
right.
Cho.
As it's a deadlock and I haven't voted, just put Timo in there. I mean, this
Because
is
then
not,
you're going to say Mountain's not going to play.
this is not even me being
I don't think
biased
Mount
or
should play.
show hating. This is what my lineup is written down. So
You're
I'm
racist.
not a racist.
Yes, you are.
I'm not racist. I picked Chalobah. I picked Kanté.
Someone throw tomatoes at
Mendy.
this man.
But anyway, we'll go to the right wing. Kazilla, starting with you. Obviously, I assume you wanted Timo at right wing. So obviously now it's changed. So who do you have at right wing?
Callum.
Callum, fair enough.
Trying to get Callum into this team.
Father, who do you have at right wing?
Callum?
Callum, fair enough. Sadiq?
Wait, what did Kazilla say?
Callum.
I said Callum as well.
Justice?
Hey.
Sound like a defeated man.
No. I got two names in my head, and neither one of them are Callum. It's either going to be Mount or Havertz. I'm just trying to figure out which one.
Same.
I'll go with the person that hasn't created only one big chance this season.
So I'm going to we'll just say Mount because English people need to eat too.
I'll make one person happy at least. Josh, who are you going with at right wing?
I'm gonna go with the person who wasn't horrendous over international break and say Havertz.
Oh,
Havertz has been so bad this season, Josh, man. Why are you doing this to me?
I mean, I would argue I don't have Havertz anywhere near my squad at the moment. Neither Ziyech. I mean, Ziyech is lucky he's got a headache because he wouldn't be in the squad anyway.
Somebody give him his hookah back.
Bro, how the hell you missing because of a headache?
I don't. Xavi, we were saying it. I know UK have got a shortage.
Doesn't it go overnight though? Like, how does he know this? Like, that's a lie, bro.
Just take the paracetamol. But anyway, KJ, are you going with Callum? Same guy on your back of your screen, or?
Yeah, let's stop being silly. Go Callum. Go Callum.
You said an idiom there. You said let's not be silly, and then you said Callum, which is silly.
I mean, Xavi, who are you going for? Right,
Callum,
forward?
I don't get it though. He played well. Why not?
He was average.
Mount has been crap. Mount has been crap.
Terrible.
Havertz has been crap. And even if
so
so-called, he played better than them. So why don't he get in?
So he had one average game.
But I'm saying if you're going based on like you reward your players, like if he's performing, why not play him?
He was average.
He was above average. He
was not above average. Did he score or did he assist on a goal?
Yeah, he assist.
No, he didn't. It didn't
yes,
count.
Yes, he did. It was a goal in my book.
Well, that doesn't count. That's not official.
Yeah, it counts.
So Timo got 16 more goals than he has on his record.
The refs are against us. The refs.
Yeah. Hold on. I will agree with Jester's point. If Callum's assist counts, then most of Timo's offside goals that weren't offside will count.
Bro, what? No, that's dumb because those were his fault, though.
No, but
that was Timo's fault. Those are Timo's faults for being offsides.
Hey, cool.
Father, I'm gonna say this. Yeah. Timo, I feel like he should be in the team because of his form. That's coming from me, right? Part of that position. So if you slide Callum over there, boom, we're sorted. No problem here. But
why? Because Callum only goes right. He doesn't go left.
He can't go left.
He cannot go left.
What do you mean he can't go left?
He got no foot.
So wait, what's on the votes? What we saying on the votes?
So I don't know. Alfred hasn't said anything yet.
1, 2, 3, 4. Mount 1, Havertz 1. So Callum is going to win anyway. But Alfred, what would you say?
This is the toughest one for me so far. But look, I didn't get to see the Germany game. Unfortunately, somebody ruined it for me, which pissed me off. But I from what I saw, Havertz looked like he was doing all right. So I'm going to probably put him there.
Fair enough. I mean, I would go with Mount. That was what was written down for me. But obviously, Callum has won the overall, so Callum goes on there.
Well, I think too, like in this the way that,
you go.
no, I'm just saying the way this is set up, I think whoever is playing with Lukaku and Werner will be more behind him than as like a wing.
Yeah,
I think those two I think will be more up top with each other than like as a true left and right wing.
That's okay, Derek. He's not going to play anyway, so.
Yeah.
It's just if you think he's actually going to play because we picked him, you think Tuchel's on the other end looking at us and go, well, that's a good lineup. I think we'll pick that.
I agree with that, man.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
Tuchel would shoot himself if he saw this lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I remember last season it was about July time, and I said, if we need to sign a centre back, sign Thiago Silva, and Marina went and done that. So obviously she was listening to me because we were not linked with him at all. No one else was saying it, and suddenly there you go. He's in the team. So you never know. Marina might be listening. So why not?
This is by far the worst comment ever. If scoring and assisting doesn't mean anything, then we're all playing. We're not keeping score anymore. Is that we're going to say we're going to play a game and not keep score? Scoring and assisting means everything because that's how you win the game.
Correct.
So if you're not going to keep score, you're right. But if you're going to keep score, it's the most important thing.
Especially in an attacking position.
So what about if you're not even available to play?
Yeah, assisting is too, and Havertz only.
He still has more goals and assists than Cho does, and the same amount as Mount. So
7 games.
Huh?
Havertz and Ziyech have been shocking. So shouldn't Hudson-Odoi be ahead of these guys?
I put Mount in there.
Oh wow! Anything but Callum.
What are you saying? I didn't,
Bro. My question is:
you can't even answer the question.
Is he ahead of Ziyech and Havertz? No, I'm not talking about Mount.
Of Ziyech, yes. Havertz, no.
Why
is he not ahead of Havertz?
Because Havertz is a better player than him.
We know that, but what?
But is he playing better
right now? Like on form?
I think you're just talking about one game. You're basing everything on one freaking game.
To be rotation
no.
So they get form.
Bro, all I'm saying is Havertz this season hasn't been good enough on form. He shouldn't be.
He's been terrible.
Again, and Hudson-Odoi in the one game he got on his best position was average. But now he should start every game.
But if
are you listening to yourself?
Saying that.
If that was average, what have our other wingers done this season?
You just said they were poor.
So if Mount has been poor, Havertz has been poor, Ziyech has been shocking according to Josh, which is probably right. So why would Hudson-Odoi not get a chance?
He got a chance.
And he done better.
And he done better than Havertz in how many games?
Okay, so if you're okay with average being better than poor, I'm sorry for you.
Justice, if Cho got that assist, right? If it counted,
if and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
Yo,
he didn't get it.
If he got that assist, would he deserve to play this game?
If he played two halves, yes. He didn't play very well in the second half. That's why he was subbed off.
All right,
So
cool.
goals
Let's
from-
do it
he
like
had to
this.
get a goal and assist
Yeah,
for
Zoe,
playing
let's-
very well
let's do it.
all the game.
Hey,
Let's do it via the process of elimination. Cool. Mount, we know, hasn't had the best season so far. Havertz has been absolutely diabolical. Ziyech has been terrible. Which leaves who? It leaves Timo, it leaves Lukaku, and it leaves Callum. Because Christian Pulisic is injured, no? This is how I'm thinking about it. Am I wrong?
yep. But I don't think we're playing this formation anyway. So that's the whole thing. I think we're playing 3-man midfield. And again, if you put Werner and Callum up there, who drops deep to help the midfield out? Because it's 3-on-2.
No, but that's what you think. That's what you think.
What do you mean?
No, but that's your formation. A lot of us think that we're not going to play that formation.
I'm saying in this formation, which one of Callum or Werner drops into the midfield
Wait, so
to
do you guys-
offset the 3-man midfield that Brentford plays?
We're playing Brentford. We played how many teams in Champions League that had 3 midfielders in the team, and we battered them. What Real Madrid? There's a lot of teams we've played. We played City too. So I feel like it depends on whether you guys want Rom to start or not. For me, I don't want Rom to start because of his injury problems and whatnot. I don't want to burn him out. So that's why for me, Rom doesn't start.
I mean, for me,
well, we know.
Rom starts, but doesn't start at all at Malmo, because Malmo. I'm sorry if we don't need Rom for that. So Rom can.
Malmo on 4, by the way. We shouldn't downgrade them.
Are on 4. Who the hell do they play?
What do you mean? They've done well in the group, bro.
Have they?
They've gotten battered by every team they play.
Yeah, they got battered last time out against Zenit. Well, wait, no, it wasn't Zenit. It was it was Zenit last time.
Are you sure? Have you done your research?
Yeah. All right, let me get it up because
He's just trolling you, dude. Zenit smoked him.
I know, but I'm just gonna.
Well, you know Chelsea are gonna make Malmo on good form. You know that.
Nah, man, you need to rate us more. No way.
Right,
No way.
So let's just not even go. We're not even going to go through just the Champions League stuff. We're going to go through Malmo in the league. So
hang on. There's some audio issues right now. Sorry, hang on. Sorry. Anyway,
Snake.
That's just so wrong.
Anyway, Friday, the 11th of September, Malmo drew 1-1 against Norrköping. I'm sorry for the pronounce Norrköping. Norrköping. I don't know what they are, what team they are, but there you go. They lost 3-0 to Juventus in the first group stage match. They drew 1-1 against Djurgården. They lost 1. They won.
Someone cool.
Who's got a call on? Bloody hell. But anyway, Malmo won 1-0 against Elfsborg. They then won 5-0 against Arebo. They lost 4-0. Oh no, they lost 4-0 against Zenit, so they're currently a -7 goal difference in the Champions League. They then lost 1-0 to Mjällby.
Who wants to bet me they're going to struggle against Chelsea? Chelsea going to struggle against Malmo.
And then in the Swedish Cup, they won 5-1.
Struggling is subjective. Winning and losing is when you bet. Struggling is subjective.
Oh, come on, Justice.
And then they've got a top of the table clash against Östersund.
Because it doesn't matter. If we win 5-0 and you bet somebody that will struggle, you'll say, well, we should have won by 10. And you'll say, we struggled against him. I know you.
But anyway, do we all say Lukaku? I know Kazilla said he doesn't want Lukaku to play. Who would you play instead, Kazilla?
Havertz.
Play Mount, but that front line would be rearranged.
Okay, fair enough. Father, would you say Lukaku?
Yeah, I'll stick with Lukaku, man.
Jesters, would you say Lukaku?
We don't have another striker that's going to start, so yeah.
Josh, Lukaku as well?
Yeah, man. If he can walk, he plays.
KJ, Lukaku?
Oh, yeah.
Someone's gonna fucking call, bro.
Alfred, would you go Lukaku as well, or anyone else?
No, he'll pick Ziyech.
Like, as if we haven't considered Kepa. Nah. It has to be. It has to be Lukaku for me.
And Javi, Lukaku as well, I assume.
What about me, bro?
He has to. I'm sorry.
I don't talk to snakes.
Oh man.
I'm joking. Would you say Lukaku, Sadiq?
You remind me of Carlito, man. But,
I'm not
wow.
That's like
yo, does Josh know Carlito? Does Josh know Carlito?
Bro,
Josh, you know?
Yeah, from what is he from Godfather?
No.
Carlito's way. Carlito's way.
Carlito.
That's like saying the Jesters that he's Johnny.
Nah, Chelsea.
Money!
That's worse.
Chelsea fan.
But anyway, we'll ignore that sly little dig. But anyway, I think we're underestimating. I expect certain people on this panel are underestimating how good Brentford have been this season.
Yep, they've been very good.
Can I say one more thing?
Very good at that's why I'm worried about Rudiger being injured.
Wait, calm down. Sadiq is the host, so Sadiq, what do you want to say?
Wait,
well, he's not the host, he's the man.
Javi, you snake.
Hey, calm it down.
I really want to ask the question about Lukaku's form recently.
Go
on. I just don't feel he's been at it since the Arsenal game. Or am I looking into it too much?
I think you're reading too much into it.
I think it's the service he's getting.
Yeah, I think
or not getting.
Yeah, I think it's more like you think in every one of
the
them
way
games
teams are playing against us.
But we've also had dead performances from people around him. When your striker has got two dead wingers around him, there's only so much a man can do. So I would argue. I don't think he played that bad against Southampton. I'd argue, and that was finally when we had wingers that were actually competent on the pitch.
That means Callum was better than average.
I'm saying yes. Callum was competent against Southampton. I'm not saying he's good or anything. I'm just saying he was competent.
What does that mean exactly?
Havertz and Ziyech were absolutely dreadful. Havertz and Ziyech.
What does that word mean, Matt? Can you explain it?
Competent means that they're able to do a job.
Okay, and is that higher?
Which means they're average.
Is that higher than average?
I mean, I'd say competent is average. The minimal.
It's the bare minimum.
Average. Yeah.
That's it. You guys are racist.
I'm not.
They are.
I'm not even going to start with that. But anyway, we'll get into how this game is going to go.
Michael. Yeah, he broke his leg.
I think Ads goes to my uni. Why is my man
left leg effed?
What did he do to it?
He broke it in football.
Ouch.
He said, "I feel like Pulisic right now."
Hold on, wait. So if Ads has got his leg broken, he's not playing football anymore. Why is he not on the stream?
He's a snake. He's a true snake.
Is he busy?
He's a true snake.
He's busy with a gal.
No, he didn't get girls out, but he's definitely a snake.
Yeah, I mean, he should be on, but anyway, we'll get into more important things. Kazilla, how do you think this game is going to go? Are certain people on the panel underestimating Brentford, or do we think this is a good game for us?
Brentford are a good team, but one thing we do know about Brentford, despite our form being not ideal this season, in my opinion, well, at least compared to last season, we know that Brentford are going to come and attack us, which plays in our favor, to be honest. That's why I got players in the team like Werner and whatnot. So these guys, you say what you want about Brentford, but you're going to have to respect them because they're not going to sit back at the edge of the area and just wait for us to spam shots from outside of the box or whatever, or just park up as a deep block. So I feel like because they're going to come at us, they're going to press us in the same way that Aston Villa did. I feel like this game could be in our favor. But that being said, I haven't been impressed with Chelsea this year. For like we can see a lot of shots on goal. We've been bailed out by Mendy a few times, and we just look a bit shaky this season, in my opinion. So, but like it's going to be a lot more difficult. But I'm gonna say Chelsea do edge it 1-0.
Before we continue, Sadiq, check your DMs, man.
I think he's disappeared for 10 minutes or so. I don't know whether he'll answer or not. But
I just got a message that you're not checking your DMs. So I'm getting DM'd because you won't check your DMs.
I saw his DM that he's disappearing for 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh,
Anyway.
10 to 15 minutes, yeah.
Anyway,
You just said that.
So we'll get Father. How do you think
sir.
this game is going to go, and what is your prediction?
My worry is about Brentford is that they're going to play a low block team. So if we can do what we did to Southampton, I feel like we can do it to Brentford. And the last thing that we need from this game is probably a lack of complacency and poor officiating. I can't say nothing much apart from that.
Yeah, fair enough. And what is your prediction for the game?
I'll go 2-0. Standard 2-0.
And who is your scorers?
Oh, breaks for Werner.
Of course, it's Timo.
Father,
I don't think Father's ever predicted a scoreline without Timo being involved.
Of course, he's the golden boy, isn't he? The gem.
Just can't get enough of
German
Timo Werner.
He's got that Bratwurst minerals. Let's have it, son.
Bratwurst minerals. So you're saying he has sausage minerals?
Yeah, let's have it. Let's
Tube
have it.
snake.
It's a different gravy, isn't it? Let's have it, son.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I could make so many jokes right now. I'm just not going to do it.
I mean, Jesters will come to you. How do you think this game is going to go, and what is your score prediction at the end of it?
Yeah, again, I think we're going to play a midfield three. And I think if we do that, we'll neutralize a lot of what Brentford are. And then you have to worry about the balls going up to Tony and then him flicking them on to Mbumbo. I can't say his name.
Mbuyamba.
Mbuyamba plays for us.
I think it's Mbuemo.
Mbuemo.
So that's the one worry, but I think we have the quickness in our center backs, and we have 3 of them versus their 2 strikers. So I'm saying 3-1 Chelsea.
Fair enough. I mean, that is probably the first time in a long while I haven't heard Jester say
5-0.
No 5-0, no 3-0.
Oh, here's a 5-0. Here's a 5-0 right now.
How are you doing, my friend? You doing good? Can you hear us?
Yo. Sick over.
Anyway, we'll get into Josh first of all. Josh, how would you how are you rating this game? Do you think, are you worried about Brentford, and what is your scoreline?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely going to be opportunity there for them if we're not clinical. I'd like to see us play aggressive and stay on the front foot as much as we can. I see somewhere around 2-0 for Chelsea. I see a Lukaku and a Chilwell goal.
Chilwell.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
What's going on, guys?
Chilwell got like 2 goals in 3 games.
Yeah, not too bad, man.
You all right, Alex?
I think if we stay aggressive,
Yeah,
we have
on my
a good
way
chance
to get a
win.
haircut.
Man, Alex has replaced Nippon in terms of driving.
He's gonna have a haircut for the game.
I'm not driving. I'm not driving in a public transportation, though.
That's true. But Alex, how do you think this game is going to go? What is your scoreline?
For me, I'm a really superstitious person, so that's why I never guess the scoring line, or I will make the score line stupid as shit. But
that's why he always says 5-0.
5-0 Lukaku hat trick, and the lineup. I think it's gonna. I have a feeling he's gonna try 4-4-2.
Interesting.
I got a feeling.
What would your lineup be?
It will be Chilwell, what's his name? Chalaba, Christensen, and James.
No Azpi at all.
No Azpi. I think he's gonna. There's a lot of players that on a training, like for the past 2 weeks. The ones that didn't go to international, I think they're the ones that are gonna play. I think.
So
more than anybody.
What would be your midfield 2 and your up front?
Loftus-Cheek, Kovačić, and Kanté, and Werner and Lukaku up front, because we don't have a better than the Mount is in the midfield also with the 4-4-2.
That's fair enough. I mean, that is interesting. My worry is
why do
low
you think
GM, but
to the game?
You what?
Why would he change formation now?
No, I was just asking for Alex specific lineup.
No, that's what I'm asking.
Why would he change the formation?
Like it's
because of Rudiger. Because of Rudiger, we play in 3-5-2. Because of Rudiger, we play in the way we play.
I would
argue.
I'm saying? I'm not sure that's a good or bad.
Because his favorite he preferred to play 4-4-2 anyway. That's what actually his favorite formation for Tuchel. He started to play in 3 at the back after he got to Rudiger. Don't you agree that he played PSG 4-4-2?
Yeah, I mean, my only argument against that would be, I also think Christensen's suited to a back three as well. So that would be why I would be a bit hesitant to stay the back four.
He doesn't trust our midfield where it's not as mobile. So
I think that's the thing though. I think if you're playing a 4-4-2-2-2, as Alex kind of said, I think that kind of mitigates the defensive midfielder a little bit, but it does make us more open. But I could see it, but I just think it would be a bit of a risk. I'd be a bit worried of Christensen at that time, but we're going to be worrying about that back line, whether it's a back three or back four, because Rudiger's not in there, because Silva's not in there. But it's just something. Even if
what I'm thinking, even if we play back three, which is, I'm not saying it's gonna be. That's what I got a sneaky suspicion what he will try, based on 2 weeks he had with the players at the training ground. You know what I'm saying? He had those kids all 2 weeks to himself. And what are you doing 2 weeks? You try things when the players that usually don't start. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I think. If he's gonna play 3 at the back, I don't think we're gonna miss Rudiger. I don't think we're gonna miss Rudiger in any situation.
Big up, Josh. In a bit, man.
I hope so.
Big up,
I hope so.
Enjoy the game tomorrow.
More confident, because
I'm not confident. Don't expect that I'm confident. I'm not confident at all. I don't even want to think about Anton Taylor. I don't even want to think about that. All I think about it is just like, let's hope we do not concede the goal in the first. That's the biggest worry. I hate if we're gonna.
I think that's what I'm afraid of, though. Like, and they're a very physical team, and they're gonna be physical against our defenders, and we need.
They're not physical. They're not physical like Burnley. They're not.
Ivan Toney. I'm talking about their attack.
Ivan Toney and Wembley, man. They've been.
Yeah, if
you let Ivan Toney bully you, he's gonna have his way with the game. Rudiger's not gonna let Ivan Toney bully him. Christensen might let Ivan Toney bully him.
Yeah, you should specify it like bully by what's the name? Like you said, like we're really just like a physical team versus physical 2 forward that they got.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But even when on set pieces and corners though too, like this is where they get most of their goals from.
Yeah.
Can I ask this question? How tall is Tony? Anybody know?
Oh, double check.
I know how tall he is. I'm just asking.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, how tall is he?
Everybody thinks he's 6'2" or 6'3". He's 5'10".
Height doesn't mean you can't be physical. Though.
Yeah, it doesn't mean.
No, I'm saying for his leaping ability, I thought he was a taller man. I thought he looks
like it.
He looks like he's 6'2", but he's 5'10".
For real, he looks taller than that.
I know.
Here's what happened. Everybody watched Paul Scholes' YouTube thing with Lewis, and now everybody think that we have a shady defense. Like, we have a defense. We can afford to drop 1 or 2 players. I think we'll be all right again.
Alex, when our defense is solid, Rudiger is in there.
I don't...
look at the time when Rudiger wasn't under Tuchel, that Arsenal game.
I think the problem would I don't think we're not going over there and gonna sit back to put the defense on so much pressure. That's the only thing that you never know how the games are gonna go. But the biggest thing, like I said, it's to actually not get not conceded first. Because if we concede in first and I see Jorginho on the pitch, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
I'm sorry, but because I feel the same way. But he's right though, because you know that crowd, Brentford's gonna be amped.
Yeah.
So we need to kill that. The only thing that's very encouraging is that they attack. So I think someone said it already. There's gonna be spacing behind.
I got a question for the chat. Global CFC Derek F. How old are you actually?
I've been waiting for Jess to go.
I just want to know how old you are.
They haven't stopped. We've just I love it. One thing that makes me laugh is every time someone goes, "Oh, you have an agenda," because for me, if you're saying that ultimately means you have an agenda too. Because you're so upset about one particular player, that means you're most likely have an agenda. And these two, they're so hypocritical to say that I've got an agenda, Jess has got an agenda. They've got the biggest agendas going. I mean, I don't really have that much of a care for Cho. I don't really hate him, but I don't really like him either. Neutral. There's many more players I dislike in the squad compared to Cho. But apparently I've got an agenda.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah, I sadly agree with Sadiq.
I ain't got an agenda on Cho.
I have way more players that I like.
Sometimes, never mind.
I mean, my point at the moment, I would say Callum Hudson-Odoi in terms of form, and I would say form on the point that he's only played one game, so it's hard to judge completely. I would say he gets in over Havertz and Ziyech, possibly Mount, but Mount has more in the bank to say.
I don't know. Somebody said he had an 8 out of 10 game versus Hungary.
Oh yeah, but that's all. You know.
We know that. We know those ratings.
I'm just saying. Everybody says that Mount gets all the criticism, but everybody says he's going to start every game, so you have to put him in your lineup. So I think we play a 3-5-2, and Mount and RLC play on the outside eights, and you could play Kanté at the middle eight if you want to. You could play Jorginho at the middle eight.
Anybody want to see my basketball foot?
Yeah, why not? That's if Sadiq's control. Oh no, Sadiq's praying, so he won't be able to show it. But anyway, Derek, I'm going to highlight one comment from Derek just to finish this whole Pulisic Cho agendas. Derek says, saying Pulisic needs to be sold because he spends his career on the hospital bed is not an agenda. Okay, I don't think I can teach. I don't think I can teach stupidity. Honestly,
why is KJ in the chat saying? Why is KJ saying Racismo FC?
He's just trying to stoke. He's just trying to stoke the fires.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ladovus, how are you? Obviously, you've been in for the last 5 minutes listening to the Cho Pulisic debate, but how are you doing?
I'm good. I've actually been watching all stream, like hearing you guys debate and stuff about it. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, how are you feeling for this game?
I don't think this game should be a problem. Whatever. All due respect to Brentford, I guess, but they just came up from the championship. They're a championship side. We should treat them as a championship side. If we're really serious about winning this league or even challenging, then we shouldn't see this as any trouble.
But would you argue
no real trouble in it? We should I'm predicting us to win 3-1.
Hey,
the only thing I'd argue is they have only lost one game this season. They have beaten the likes of Arsenal. They've drawn against the likes of Liverpool, who are our title challengers at the moment. So maybe, and I wouldn't say Is the whole championship thing a bit harsh? Considering
No,
as well.
not necessarily. Like, I'm not disrespecting them, but I mean, look, Arsenal, like, we expect Brentford to be able to beat Arsenal for 1. 2, Liverpool, I don't rate them. They're not challenging for this title. I don't rate their defence. They exposed Trent, which any manager with a brain would do. We know Jurgen Klopp is tactically inept anyway, so like, I don't like see that as any form of praise. Like, I'm not going to say because they drew against Liverpool we should then be scared. No.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I would just make the point they've lost 1 game this season. So
I know that. I know they have, and I don't want to think like I'm not trying to be arrogant or anything, but again, we are trying to win this league. Forget challenging. We're trying to win this league.
Yes.
If we're serious about winning it, we should be able to go beat Brentford comfortably. Even
true.
if they try and put anything on us, we should still be able to beat them.
Yeah. I mean, my argument for it would be we lost against these promotion sides in the last few years, so we've got to try and change that. So, do you think 3-1?
Yeah, 3-1. I think in the first 20 minutes or so, maybe 30 minutes, they'll give us a bit of problems and try and stick it on us. But I think once we get that first goal, it'll be easier.
And what did you think of the lineup that we come up with? Would you agree with it at all, or would you make any changes?
What was the lineup you put out?
Mendy in goal, back 3 of Chalobah, Christensen, Azpi. You had Chilwell.
Rudiger's out, isn't he?
Yeah,
Rudiger and
so is Silva.
Who's playing left centre back?
Chalobah, then Azpi at right centre back, and then Christensen in the middle.
Okay, yeah, okay.
We had the wing backs as Chilwell and James.
Yeah.
The midfield 2 was Jorginho, Kanté in the end, although that had a massive debate. We were very close in that.
Who are we playing next weekend?
Norwich.
Okay. Who are we playing the game after? I know it's a bit long, but who
I
are we
think
playing
it's
after?
Newcastle. Google it, lazy.
I think it's Newcastle.
Oh yeah, okay, easy teams.
No, we're doing Newcastle away, yeah.
And then we've got Malmo in between that and Southampton.
Okay, Kanté, Jorginho. Who's the forward line?
Werner,
Lukaku, and Cho.
Callum.
Oh, is Kanté's he didn't go? Okay, I'd play Kanté, Jorginho, and play Mount as part of that front 3, so he can then drop into midfield, and then play Lukaku and Werner up top.
Yeah, I mean that's what I said, but
I don't know. Cho hasn't justified why he should start. You know what's interesting? Yeah, after his game against Southampton, I was someone who said, "Look, if we didn't have an international break and we were playing, like, say, midweek or next weekend, then it would be like, yeah, that's justifiable for him to start because everyone else, Mount and Havertz, are in poor form. That's understandable. But with this two-week international break, Havertz has been allowed to play his way back into form. Mount, I also think, has somewhat played his way back into form as well, or he showed some sort of importance. So yeah, he has. Well, I say he has to. I would play Mount over. I would play Mount over. What's his name? Cho.
How has Mount played himself back into form?
Well, I think he's on somewhat form. I saw him play for England. His last game for England. I think he was better than what people said he was.
He was
diabolical. He was playing. He wasn't. He was playing deep. I think he did well, or he did well. I think he was okay.
Okay, so if you're saying he's okay, Cho was more than okay against Southampton.
No, he wasn't. Cho did not perform better than Mount did in the last international game for England. They played somewhat on the same level.
All right.
So
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, and plus, again, this Brentford team, they play a 3-man midfield, and they're going to try and stick it on us. If we're playing Kanté and Jorginho, you then need someone in that front 3 to drop into midfield. And Cho's definitely not going to do that. Werner won't do that effectively. So I'd rather have Mount in there. Or, again, play Ruben and make it a 3-man midfield.
Yeah,
Man,
Again,
just
Ruben
comes on
hasn't
and
played.
spits
Ruben
facts.
hasn't played for 2 weeks. So I doubt he's just going to be thrown in to start. So
All right, when we get that 3-on-2 break, man, Mount fucks it up.
yeah, I know. Again, I know. But look, Mount has created the most chances for us this season, the most big chances last season amongst everyone else. But like, fine, he can. Yeah.
And how many assists he got?
Again, that's the same thing I say against him. But I think, but if Mount plays, like I won't be against it. I would understand why.
Yeah, I mean that is a fair argument. I mean, it is in terms of the Callum Mount thing. I think the thing is with Callum, I think he's again. I do think after that Southampton game, he does need another chance. Whether I'd argue Brentford is the time to give him another chance is another question. But I just think with Mount, he's got more in the bank to show that yes, he's not in the best form. Yeah, he's got more credit in the bank to come and say he should maybe play even with the slight form. But I think Callum, Malmo is the perfect game for him. That's why I play Callum now. I mean, it's not,
it would be
again. You go.
No, sorry, you finish. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say for the people that think I've got an agenda in the comment section, I'm not saying Callum should never start. I'm the reason I'm saying Callum shouldn't start against Brentford is because I want him to start against Malmo. It's not just. It's not just.
Bro, this is the problem I have with a lot of Chelsea fans.
Let me say something.
Go on.
Well, listen, I'm hearing excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. One is like he's not good enough. He shouldn't have been playing. Next is like, okay, he needs to get his chance. The next one's like, someone is still better than someone. Like I'm hearing new excuses every single week. Now I heard something about England's performance for Mount.
Can I say something?
Oh,
hey, did you get a trim?
What?
You get a trim?
Bro, this is
I got one yesterday.
Can I just?
Mount could do the bare minimum, and he could be like, yeah, he could just start next game.
Yeah, you guys are acting like I love Mount. When the Man City came along, I criticised Mount. Most people were saying, "Oh, why have you got an agenda against Mount?" But now suddenly I've got an agenda against Callum before Mount.
No, but Callum's one is massive. Callum's one's massive.
Can I just defend myself? So what I said literally would have been 2, 3, 4 weeks ago when we had this Callum debate of when does he get a chance and how does he get into. I said he needs 2 or 3 games where he puts in good performances for me to go, yes, he's a starting player. So far, he's had 1 average to good game, whatever you want to judge it as. I'm not going to moan at you for that. So I need him to see more. And for me,
so that good game, shouldn't he be starting next game?
It wasn't a great game. What I'm saying is, I want to give him a chance to play at left wing, and I'm saying, for me, as someone that is looking at what wants to say, I want to challenge in all competitions. We want to win the league, and we also want to manage players. So for me, my game of choice for Callum to play would be the Malmo match, and then you've got. Then you've also got Southampton in the League Cup. And that's 2 or 3 games that he's getting. You can't
give him cup games. You can't give him cup games.
Why can't I give him cup games?
Because he done well against Southampton. You don't not.
No, but Sadiq, he did not do well against Southampton. Werner did well against Southampton.
Yes,
Cho didn't. Cho was okay for 1. 2, like I just said, if we didn't have this international break and our next game was this game, Brentford, so like a week later or a few days later or whatever, then I'd be saying yes, Cho should then start because like again, everyone else is playing bad right now. Cho should then start, but because we've had this 2 weeks, some players have been allowed to play themselves back into form with their, like for example with Havertz, and I think Mount is somewhat okay now for 1. 2, if people are so worried about this Brentford game, like you just, Matt just said, they beat Arsenal, they drew against Liverpool, and they probably could have beaten Liverpool and everything. If they're this good team with so much of a big threat that they have, and especially since we have injuries in our defense and stuff as well, does it not then make sense to bring in a player or two who can do specialist jobs in the team? Mount, who's going to do a specialist job in the team when he's playing. Are you telling me Callum should do that or Werner should do that? You can justifiably say that, and that's fine.
No, Prime. You know what the problem is, yeah?
Go on.
The problem is,
Hey, Prime actually making good sense.
but
I'm going to react to that. I'm going to react to that as well.
No, Sadiq, you know what it is, yeah, bro? I've said this about Mount. How many times? I've said this about Mount, that he drops into the midfield, blah, 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 all of this now. And then when he does that, the fan base goes back, says, Mount shouldn't start this, he shouldn't start that, he shouldn't start that. Now Callum's had a good game against Southampton, in my opinion, and Mount had an okay game against Hungary. In your words, you should start over Callum. You man are pushing the goalpost for everyone.
No, I'm not pushing the goalpost.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Hold on. What the fan base has said is not what I've said. So you can't conflate the two for one. And two, wait, let me just respond. And two, I've just given you a specialist reason why I think, again, Mount should play. Because if Jorginho's playing in there, and again, Jorginho doesn't have the legs and all of that stuff. If Kanté's playing with him, and I don't know how 100% fit Kanté is, it makes sense to have more energy in that midfield. Because Brentford played with
him. Bro, Mount could drop disaster class after disaster class after disaster class, and it does not get highlighted. Cho comes in, I'm not talking about you, bro. I'm not talking about you. Hold on, I'm not talking about you. He drops a disaster, and nobody like he could just come in the next game. Cho has a good, decent performance. Like, he can't play. If Mount put, what are you laughing?
But bro, listen, bro. I hear what you're saying, but I just gave you a justifiable reason.
Listen, let him.
As to why, if we again, like I just said, if we had just played like if this game was just after we'd played against Southampton, like a week later or whatever it is, I'd be saying yes, Callum has to play. But again, it's been 2 weeks later. Players have gone to international duty, been allowed to play themselves back into form for one. In two, this Brentford team that people are saying pose this sort of threat because they beat Arsenal, they drew against the champions Liverpool and everything, and they've posed some sort of threat. It makes sense to put in players who can do some sort of a tactical job. If Callum can do that instead of Mount, or Werner can do that instead of Mount, that's perfectly fine with me. Just explain that to me, how that's going to work.
Yeah, let me explain.
And that's fine, and I'll back it. I don't mind.
Let me explain. The first international break that we had, Werner also scored, I think, for Germany. Tell me if I'm wrong. But playing for Chelsea, he was still the same guy. He was still lacking confidence. He still wasn't that guy. So why should he have been starting that game?
I mean,
you answered your own question because it's only first couple of games in the season. Nobody's coming in.
He said international break, you play well, you come back in the team. Werner done well for Germany, come back in the team. He wasn't good. So
I didn't say Werner.
No, you said Werner at the start. You said Werner at the start. You said Werner, Havertz, and Mount. That's what you said.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. That's why
they went to
hold on. When did I say Werner, Havertz, Mount?
The first point
because they went to an international break. Is what
I'm saying. I said Havertz and Mount, who have been. I'd say for the most part of the season they've been bad, or at least from this international break to the last one. If you guys know what I'm trying to say, they've been bad or inconsistent. I think they've played themselves, like Havertz has played himself into form. I'm assuming he has. We'll see if he plays against Brentford. And again, I think Mount, from what I watched, he's been, I think he was good in international break, or at least as good as what people say Callum was as well. That's why I'm saying I would understand him playing, because against Brentford, you would need someone to do some sort of a tactical job. Because people are telling me Brentford are this big threat. I don't think they're a threat at all. And if from what I'm saying is correct and they're not a threat, then yeah, play a front three or whatever of Cho, Lukaku, Werner, and let's just go and beat them and destroy them. Because I don't pose Brentford as a threat. But if they are, and they can do some sort of a job like they did against Liverpool and Arsenal, then it makes sense to put people in there who's going to be able to stop that. And Mount will be able to do some sort of a job and stop that.
Okay, so Prime has given an international break as an example for why someone should come back in the team. Okay, fair enough.
The international break was not my example.
Let him finish.
But
oh, sorry.
What I'm trying to say is Mount. Okay, Havertz has done really well for Germany, so he should get his chance. No, that's what you said. No.
No, well, he did really good against Sunderland. He did really good before that when he came as a substitute. Southampton. He didn't do only good in Germany. He also did really good when he played beside Lukaku.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He looked a bit lost with Lukaku.
Well, if he's lost, I don't know how we can find Cho then.
Bro, against Southampton in the first half, he was better.
Wait, Jester, did you pay Alex to say that?
I don't know what it is. I honestly don't know what it is.
Here's the reason why everybody is making it too complicated. First of all, Cho doesn't have nothing to do with Mount. That's completely two different positions they're fighting for. Why are we comparing Cho to Mount? Mount, as bad as he starts, he's still better than Cho. That's not the conversation should be. What should be conversation is against Timo Werner to start or Kai Havertz. Are you seriously saying that Cho has to start over Kai Havertz or Timo Werner? Then you have an argument.
Yeah. In his current form, yes.
Okay, then let's talk that, but not Mount. That's
wait. In what current form? Are you saying in Cho? Wait, are you saying? Wait, hold on. Are you saying in Cho's current form or in the current form of Havertz, Mount, and the rest of the guys?
Havertz, Ziyech.
Yeah,
but here, for Chelsea fans, let's stop mentioning Ziyech. We know he's terrible. We don't want him here at all. So let's not mention him ever again. Okay, Havertz. I personally haven't called for him to start.
Yeah, man, I'm out here, man. Safe.
So and again, look, if Callum starts, and fine. Again, I don't have a problem with it. I trust whatever Tuchel's going to do. But I'm just saying, if people are telling me that Brentford is, because I don't pose Brentford as a threat. I think we should be able to batter them without a problem. But if people are saying Brentford are a threat, and again, people keep talking to me about what Liverpool have done to them and Arsenal.
Look,
like what Matt said, if Brentford are a threat, I don't see why Callum should play over someone who can do a tactical job in this team. I don't vouch for that.
Again, why are we comparing Mount with Cho? It's two different places.
Because Mount plays in one of those positions, bro. We have to talk about him.
Which one? Which one position?
What if we play midfield 3?
Yeah. Okay.
This debate is a moot point because the two at the top have to be Werner and Lukaku. If we play a midfield 3, it'll probably be Jorginho, Kanté, and Mount.
Oh, yeah.
Probably who he'll start. And then Kovačić and Ruben can come on. Or I like Ruben over Mount right now. I think Ruben's outplayed Mount in the midfield.
That's a good debate. Not Cho and Mount.
Come on, yes.
Not even a debate. It's not even a debate.
Talk about proper players.
Big team. We play that formation against a big team, man. We don't want to play that against Brentford.
To neutralize their 3-man midfield, we might.
Yeah, but we're not going to struggle.
Jester, you just said what? We have to neutralize their 3-man midfield. Oh, so why would we put Cho in there to neutralize their midfield? Oh,
I didn't put Callum in there.
No. I know you didn't. I'm just going off what you just said. If we have to neutralize their midfield, maybe we should put someone there who can do a job, like say Mount over Cho. I don't know.
I lost you.
Guys, can I just flag someone off in the comments quickly? Sir Mason Mount. Ruben has not played one game. Where have you been? Ruben has played 3 games where he's been absolutely fantastic in. Calm yourself down. Otherwise, I'm removing your sir out of your name because you don't deserve it.
If people want to talk about one game, that's Cho, but okay.
Yeah, exactly. You're defending Cho because he played one good game.
He hasn't got a chance in that position.
No, but I'm not moaning at Cho here, but people are saying that Ruben's played one game for fuck's sake. But it's the same people that are saying Cho deserves a chance because he's played one game. No, and that is where the agendas are. But I want to make one more point before I have to leave. The whole idea, because people are saying, "Oh, you've got an agenda. That's why you want Callum Hudson-Odoi to start against Malmo, not Brentford." Well, why do I have the same reasons for Ruben? Someone that I publicly have an agenda for. So where does that fit in all the old Matt has an agenda against Callum Hudson-Odoi?
You got an agenda,
It's
bro.
It's all about managing this team and managing this squad to win as many trophies as possible. I'm sorry, but I'm not here to participate in competitions. I'm here to win trophies. You have to manage the squad appropriately to get as many trophies as you want.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Matt, can you repeat that? I don't want to interrupt you. You're on a roll. Just repeat that again, please.
We are here to win trophies. We're not here to participate. I don't come here to participation.
Yeah, so you don't play Mount, you don't play Havertz then. That's what happens.
No, they're not playing well enough to be anywhere near the squad at the moment. If I want to win trophies, I am not putting Ziyech or Havertz anywhere near this squad until they prove in training and kick up their act. In my opinion, Ziyech is out the door in January, if we're being serious. But Ruben and Callum, Ruben's had particularly good games, and Ruben is very close to the starting lineup. But the problem is he's got players like Jorginho, Kanté, and Kovačić who are also playing well. So you manage Ruben by playing him in what you would call the weaker games, and you do the same with Callum to build up their form, and they will play well. They should play well. If you're a Chelsea player level, you should play well against Malmo no matter what.
Ruben
but
shouldn't be playing
he
shouldn't be playing weaker games.
But what I'm saying is,
wait. That's the second player. That's the second player you said shouldn't be playing weaker games. Ruben and Cho. So who should? We've got this squad for a reason. So who in our squad should play these weaker games? Should Ziyech then play this weaker game?
No, obviously.
If Ruben's not playing these weaker games, who's playing against Malmo then? Who's that weaker player that you're talking about?
Ross Barkley.
Ross Barkley. We're not digging into Ross Barkley. Hold on. Who's so you can only play one? You can only play two, maximum three players. Out of Jorginho, Kanté, Kovačić, Ruben, who's playing in that weaker game then?
Ross Barkley.
None.
I'll back it for Ross Barkley.
Saul can play. Barkley can play. Ruben can play.
So one of them four. At least one of them four players is not going to play 2 games in a row.
Yeah, because Hudson-Odoi gets that attention anyway. My guy had a good game. He can't even get into the sub.
I'm done.
Let me tell you something. You lot are right to say, okay, Callum isn't good enough for this, that. That's fine. I'm saying that the agenda is very harsh. The way you lot treat him is not the same how you treat others.
I'm treating Ruben and Callum exactly the same way.
3 goals or something for you to
score 2 goals. He has to score 2 goals. He has to assist twice or something to get your attention.
Hold on.
One game.
And then you say goals by goals and assists, but then Mount plays and just works hard and just covers every blade of grass.
I agree with you, Cause, on Mount. I agree with that, Mount, on Mount, Cause.
Can I make a point? With Ruben and Callum, I have the exact same attitude. You've got to play because they were both so out of it. Let's be honest. Ruben and Callum were at the same situation at the end of the transfer window. They were both looking nowhere near the starting lineup. So both of them have to play not just one, not just two, but multiple very good games to get to work their way into the starting lineup. Ruben has played 2 or 3 good games, 1 very good game.
How many 90 minutes?
Callum has played a fairly good game.
How many 90 minutes has Ruben played?
He's played. Has he played 90 minutes? I don't think he's played 90 minutes, but still.
So he's played similar to Callum.
Yes.
Okay.
What's your point?
But I don't hear the same level for Ruben against Hudson-Odoi. I don't hear the same.
But at the same time, no one's saying that Ruben should start, whereas everyone is saying Callum should be deserved the chance. Why did no one have the same attitude for Ruben?
What do you mean?
Everyone is saying Ruben should be
playing.
No, I was saying before. Hold on. No, for this game, yes, but I'm talking about before. I'm talking about before Ruben played well. No one was talking about Ruben. Everyone was saying this is Callum's year. This is Callum's chance. Callum is going to smash it up. Literally on Twitter.
What did I do?
On Twitter, I would have literally everyone coming at me saying, "Oh, Ruben's finished. Ruben's that." Obviously, you had people like Josh, Yavi, etc., were also backing me, but we were at a major minority compared to, if I'm going to call them, Callum stands. But my point is, I treat them both in the same way. So far, Ruben's done a bit more than Callum to have a chance of getting in the squad.
Yes,
But
I agree with
they're still both at the level where they still need to do more to prove themselves to get into this stronger part of the squad where they're challenging in the big games. So far, I wouldn't play Ruben in the big games.
But
Who's
because
what?
other players have been shocking, they are able to play those games already. Because others have been shocking.
I wouldn't say anyone in Ruben's position has been shocking.
Well, if you're playing, Mount. Mount doesn't exactly.
Kovačić has very occasionally had one stinker. I think Jorginho's had one stinker, and Kanté's been Kanté's only stinker was when he had COVID, basically, on the pitch. Apart from that, everyone's played really well in that position. So for Ruben, that point is invalid. But for Callum, I understand. That's why I'm saying at the moment, Ziyech and Havertz are below Callum at the moment. So it's either Mount or Callum. For me, I am playing Mount for a specific tactical reason over Callum because I want him to drop in and mimic that 3-4-3, 3-5-2 because again, Brentford will play a free midfield. They're a high pressing. They're a high pressing team, and we need players with energy. That's why we need Kanté and we need Mount to get over that press and then let the other players do their jobs.
Why did you say
obviously,
obviously,
I did say that for City.
Well, you wanted him to start.
I wanted Mount to start. Yes.
Well, I'm going to check the preview for that game. I'm going to come back to you on that one.
I said he played really terrible, but unfortunately we needed him.
I want to check that. Because not everyone has the same energy.
My only argument, I did say in that preview as well, if we weren't going to play Mount because he was shambolic the previous match, then my lineup would have been completely different, and I would have gone with Werner, Ziyech, and I don't remember who the last person was, but Lukaku. But no, because I wanted to. It was either we play the whole 3-man midfield, and we're going to try and outpress them, or we're going to do the counter attack, and Ziyech is going to create the chances for Werner and Lukaku. They were the two options I was choosing. So I had two options, so that might be a little bit of a cop out, but I wasn't not backing Mount.
Okay, it's the last comment I want to say, then we'll let everyone else speak because I've been speaking.
Yeah, I need to go after this.
Matt, I'll let you go. Thank you for hosting today.
I'll listen to your last comment and then
okay.
I'll go.
I'm going to say it very, very clearly. Regardless if Hudson-Odoi does not deserve a start for this team tomorrow, the agendas against this guy are not the same for everyone else. Maybe Mason Mount is close, the way everyone tells him that he's not good enough to start or whatever. But Hudson-Odoi, I don't know what this guy has to do, but I'm hearing excuses after excuses, new reasons.
Sadiq, you know what's funny? I'm hearing it the other way around. I'm hearing people protect this guy so much, giving reason. Hold on.
Yeah.
Giving reasons or excuses why he should play, saying that other players have been bad, or Pulisic is always injured, or Werner misses 50 billion chances. Mount has created so many chances and is not getting it. People always give reasons why Chelsea is playing because other players aren't playing well. But it's so warranting to start and be the guy. Again, for this specific game, what Matt says, and I agree and I echo that. Mount, I would play Mount because of a tactical reason. But if you're saying we don't need that, hold on. If you're saying we don't need that because we should be able to easily smash through Brentford, and that is perfectly fine. We can play a 2-man midfield against them and play a front three of Lukaku, Cho, and I don't know who the other guy you guys picked. Is it Werner? Yeah. If you're saying we can do that, then fine. I'll just tell me why and how that's going to work, and I'll perfectly agree with you, and that's fine. And we can do that.
Right.
Because we shouldn't be scared of Brentford. We shouldn't be scared of Brentford.
Before you leave,
we shouldn't be.
I got an update for you. Thiago Silva is being quarantined.
Really? Why is he being quarantined?
Because he came back from South America.
I thought they were stopping this nonsense.
It says right here, Thiago Silva on Instagram, and here we are quarantined.
So does this apply to the South American players?
I don't know. I'm just reading you what I would imagine that's the reason he got quarantined.
Is that ads in the comment section?
Yeah. Ads is a snake. Don't listen to ads.
Snake, bro.
Snake.
Matt, do you absolutely need to go? Immediately?
So
I've got a couple of minutes if you want to make a point before I go.
Well, here's look, go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask everybody quickly, Matt, just before you go, my expectations on our next few games, next 5 Premier League games, I want at least 3 wins and 2 draws. I do. If we want to be considered serious title challengers this season, from this next run of 5 Premier League games, that is my minimum requirement. 3 wins, at least 2 draws, no losses. Would you? And I think that these next 5 games will be very indicative of whether or not we will be serious title contenders this season. Would you say it's too early to say that, or would you?
I think you saying. Sorry, you got Matt.
Yeah, I was going to say, looking at the games, I would say 4 wins, 1 draw, because we've got Leicester in the 5th game. But we need to win these games, and that's why my point of we need to manage the squad, and in the games we need to win, we play our strongest and most trusted players. Maybe it might not be on form completely, but what they've brought in the past, because, as I said, Mount is bringing something. Mount has got his credit in the bank. Callum Hudson-Odoi hasn't. But if he can prove in the Malmo game, if he can prove in the Southampton game that... What do you mean, how?
How do you know he doesn't have it? How do you know? He hasn't even played in the left position.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
He doesn't have it.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't have it, because he hasn't played. I'm not saying he might not have it there, but I'm saying if he can prove in the Malmo game, for example, the Southampton game, the Cup game, and the other Malmo game, that he is playing well in every one of them games, or some of them games, he might have an off one, but if he's playing well and he's showing something, just like Ruben, then in that point after these 5 games, you can go, right, we can seriously consider Callum and we can seriously consider Ruben Loftus-Cheek as part of this big squad. But we need to manage
the perfect example of this is the credit in the bank thing. Like, who's the game before City that Mount performed bad in or whatever? I can't remember the opposition. But the justification of saying Mount should play against City is that credit in the bank, as we know what Mount does in big games. He would have helped us out against City when we were getting overrun and stuff, and he probably would have popped up with a goal or an assist, because that's just what he does in big games. So that's justification, that's credit in the bank, even though he's performing bad. Callum doesn't have that. Like, his last credit in the bank I can remember is under Sarri. That's 2 seasons ago, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, he's got against Bayern.
But this is no argument, though.
He scored against Bayern 2 seasons ago.
Guys, I need to
go.
No,
Matt, wait. I want you to hear this. Hang on. I don't know how any of us can say anything about Hudson-Odoi when he's only had 1 real chance on the left side.
Oh, here it is. Here we go.
No, it's fact.
Here we go. You can only judge him if he plays on the left side. You can't judge him any other time.
Matt, why are your feet up like that?
Let me say why. How can we... I've never said Cho should be playing every game from the start. Okay? The fans on Twitter do push the love for Hudson-Odoi too much, but that's
they said he's ready. They said he's ready to shine.
Okay,
so
hang on.
I judge him by that standard.
But there's one thing they said that is correct. You have to judge him from the left wing. Simple.
Hold on. Can I go? Okay. So if Cho's best position is left wing, fine. Last season, when everyone was abusing Timo Werner because he was playing bad as a striker and playing bad left wing touchline, does that mean we can cancel all that out? Because Timo Werner, we know, is an inside forward. So we can only judge players when they're playing exactly in their best position. The same way right now, none of us can, or since the season has started up until the international break, no one can judge how bad Mount was performing because he was playing out of position, because we know his best position is the number 8 and he was playing as part of our front line. Does that mean we cannot judge? Hold on.
No, it's not a headshot.
Does that mean?
I know. Rhyme is on fire today. Rhyme is on fire.
Hold on. Does that mean also? Wait, hold on. Does that mean also?
Only because I don't got the energy to done
If you've
that.
not watched my channel over the last few years, where we've been slating Mount for shouldn't be playing at all because of out of position, then you can't make a comment, bro. You can't say that.
I know. Again, I do watch your channel, and I know I'm not talking. Again, I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about like in general, when the Cho stand saying he should be playing left wing, and that's my point. You can't say because the player is not directly playing in his exact perfect position that if he plays bad in another position that we can't judge. Like that's not fair. Because if that's the case, we can't judge anyone else. We can't judge last season. No one could say Werner was bad when he was playing as a touchline left winger or when he was playing as a striker. No one can say Havertz is bad when he was playing as a number 8 or when he was playing right wing. No one can say Mount is bad when he's playing as part of our front line, because we know he's a number 8. But no one could. What? But again, they had chances, but no one can judge them playing bad. Cho has also had chances.
No, he hasn't.
On the right wing, he had major chances.
Cho hasn't had chances, man. He hasn't had chances.
What do you mean major? What do you mean major chances?
Bro, listen, all the games he's played under Tuchel, 95% has been on right wing, bro. Right wing.
But what does that mean? You're playing as part of the front line. Left wing and right wing it's not much of a difference.
What about the practices? Do you think Tuchel sees him at practice?
Oh, this is all getting kind of dumb now.
Do you think Tuchel sees him at practice?
Yeah, of course. But Tuchel has come out and said
he probably sees Havertz at practice.
You can't say
like all of them at practice, bro.
I guess on your point, if your point is right, then you need to complain on Tuchel. It's his fault.
Vladimir, I got a question for you. My thing is my fault, Alex, to cut you. I don't think Cho should be starting every game, but I feel like based on his for example, let me ask you: do you think he should have been credited with that assist? I know how everybody. I want to ask you.
Wait, what? What do you mean credited with an assist? Was it a goal?
Do you think he should be accredited?
Wait, but was it? But if it wasn't a goal, then no, he shouldn't be credited for the assist.
But it was really a goal, technically.
No, but okay, fine. You can say the referee messed up, but it wasn't a goal. It didn't count as a goal.
But do you believe he should? Do you believe he should have got an assist though? Hold on, wait. Let me ask him your personal opinion. Do you think he should have been credited with assist?
So my personal opinion is, do I think it was a goal? Regardless of what I think, it wasn't a goal.
God.
I'm asking him. Zavi,
never mind.
Zavi, let me ask you a question.
Zavi, the guy's right, bro. You can't
hold on. Let me know, because I'm giving you exact. It doesn't matter what I think. I could think it was a goal. So
that's the question I'm asking you.
Hold on. That's the thing. Your question is irrelevant because it doesn't count. It doesn't get marked up on the score.
It's my question.
But it doesn't. But it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter.
I'm just asking you your personal opinion.
Okay, Zavi, let me ask you.
But my opinion doesn't matter.
Let me ask you a personal question then.
That's how highly you think of yourself, bro?
No, but it doesn't. But it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter because it didn't go towards the.
I want to know how you feel. I want to know how you feel, bro.
What I feel is Chelsea fans should stop getting worked up about how it should count towards Callum as an assist or count towards Werner as a goal. It doesn't. But that's how I feel. That's how I feel. It doesn't matter. How I feel is it doesn't matter.
Can I ask you a question?
How I feel.
Can I ask you, Zavi, a question? So Callum get in the position about to cross the ball. In front of him, 6 foot something center forward named Lukaku. And behind 2 defenders is Callum as Timo Werner. Who was his crossing to score at that position? Do you think he? Hold on. Hold on. I didn't finish my question.
Go ahead.
I want your true opinion. Did you really think that he was crossing for Timo Werner, or he was crossing to Lukaku and he mispast it?
Let me answer after.
No. I ask Zavi.
My personal opinion. I really think as a footballer, and he has that talent, he was picking out Werner. Because if Cho gets his head up, if you get your head up, it's not hard to see that. When you play with your head up, bro.
Let me add a point. I think anyone in that position will just want to hit it into the box because they've seen teammates in the box.
Yeah.
You don't
Timo Werner wasn't in the box. He was running into the goal.
No, he was in the box.
He was in the box, but he was not where Lukaku
but Alex,
yes, laterally he was.
You hit into the box, bro.
Yeah, Sadiq's right. You're trying to find the area. You're not trying to.
You can't say like that. You can't.
No,
and then the thing is, Sadiq, hold on. The thing is, Cho numerously finds a specific person. Like, say, for instance, that crossfield ball to Chilwell where he found against he plays very little. So this is what I remember. When he finds Chilwell, who hits that volley against Aston Villa, I know him. He does pick out his crosses. That's one good thing that you could say about him. So I don't put it past him.
Not all the time. Not all the time.
Let me put an end to this conversation.
No one's Trent, man.
Yeah, let me put an end to this point. If your only justification for Callum to start is an assist he never got,
that's not my justification,
that's
though. That's not my only justification.
No, but just as right. There's no point of talking about hypotheticals, man. It wasn't an assist. That's not my justification. My justification played well.
No, but that's fair. Okay, fair enough.
Xavi, it's not your justification, but you asked the question.
Xavi. No, but Xavi. Okay, hold on, Xavi. Xavi. What was the point of the question, though? To be fair.
Yeah,
I do want to know what your.
Because I just wanted to see your standards for what you think should like be starting and what you think should be in the game.
Prime doesn't have a standard.
Like I said, my standings is I think Chelsea fans should just stop getting worked up over whether the goal should have stood or not, or the assist should stand or not. It doesn't matter.
Ultimately, he deserves a chance, man. The guy deserves a chance.
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi deserves a chance. Hudson-Odoi deserves chances. He also should be taking the chances when he gets them. People forget he started our first game this season in the Super Cup. And people on Chelsea Twitter, everyone kept saying he had a stinker. I think he played average, the same sort of average he played against Southampton. He was average, but people said he had a stinker because they had such high, big, lofted expectations of him. He didn't take his chance and grab it. He played against Aston Villa, and people talk about how bad Saul was against Villa. People don't forget a lot of how Villa were getting through us was down that right hand side.
Why are you talking about him at right wing back though? We're not talking about him at right wing back.
But what do you mean? We're talking about when he gets the chances to play.
Yeah, but bro, the guy's not a defender, bro. We're
talking about when he gets his chances to play.
Let me say something.
You're only judging for when he plays then.
Bro, listen. Let me say something, innit? Bro, do you man not understand that this guy was one of the most talented wingers in his age group coming through the academy, bro? I know he hasn't always showed it. No, listen, let me just finish. I know he hasn't always showed it through his time at Chelsea. Before his injury, he was very good. After that, he dropped off since the injury. But regardless, man, the guy cannot be playing right wing back. It's criminal to play him there. In my opinion, you should never touch the pitch there. He's not a defender in any stretch of the imagination.
Then he's going to be riding the pine pony.
The guy should be playing left wing, man. He deserves a chance there. Everyone else has got bare chances. Ziyech, Havertz, Werner. Everyone else has bare chances.
You know what's funny?
Everyone's had so many chances. The guy deserves his chance. He's the only one that has.
You know what's funny?
You can't ever. No. Sadiq, won 5 games, 3 games. I just want him to start 3 games in a row.
He doesn't deserve it.
You know what's funny? Hold on. You know what's funny? People say he should be playing left wing. We don't play with wingers.
Oh, regardless, you know what we mean, man.
No, we don't.
You know what we mean, bro.
Hold on. No, but hold on. Let me land. People say you want him to play as a winger. The reason why he's playing right wing back is so he can do the functions of a winger, essentially. That's why he's being tasked to play there. And yet he's still playing bad as a winger, which is his preferred position, isn't it?
When did he play bad as a winger? He didn't play bad against Southampton.
He did. No, I'm talking about against Aston Villa.
Now he played bad?
He played
like 15 minutes at left wing.
Against Villa, it was part of why we were getting exposed on the right-hand side.
Wait, which Villa are you talking about? Villa? You talking about Villa in the league or Villa in the cup?
Did he not play when Saul got his debut in the league? Is that not when he played?
Yeah, he played 15 minutes at left wing. He only played like
No. I'm not talking about again. We don't play with left wingers and right wingers.
We're not talking about him at right wing back. He's a lot more.
But you're not listening to what I just said. We don't play with wingers as part of our front three. Our wing backs provide.
Okay,
let me land. Our wingers provide the width and creativity, which is what Callum is meant to do as a winger, yes or no? Which is why it makes sense whenever he's tasked to play as essentially, not literally wing back, because whenever he plays so further forward anyway, and yet he's still playing bad at that. So
he's not doing his defensive work.
No. I'm not talking about the defensive work. I'm talking about the attacking work.
Yes, but he's still got a lot to do defensively. He's got to do just as much defensively as he does going forward.
Then why can't he do?
When you're playing whatever you want to call it, left 10, right 10, whatever. when he's playing right wing back, all we do with this 3-4-3 formation is double up on the other team's fullbacks. We go with one on the outside, one on the inside, and all Hudson-Odoi has to do at the right wing back spot is try beat his man with a couple of shimmies and put a cross in. He has no other option, bro. There's nothing else.
Okay.
Hold
on.
I gotta go.
For 200,000 pounds a week, he should play everywhere he's been put on.
But then that's hypocritical though.
That's nonsense, bro.
That's hypocritical. Does he have any?
Rudiger at centre mid. We'll play Rudiger at centre mid. We can hold him to the same standards, bro.
Rudiger should be centre midfield.
Standards.
Okay, so wait, could I say this then? So when other young players have broken through at their own clubs, playing out of position, and they've excelled and earned a place in their team,
name me one talented left wing. He's had to go play right wing back.
Saka broke at Arsenal playing left back and left wing back. Rashford broke through at United playing as a striker.
Brother, that's different. He's in the final third, bro.
How is
he's
it
in the final third? There's no defensive.
Okay. Saka. Focus on Saka.
What about Saka? You can see Listen, bro, let me speak. Saka's a decent left wing back. He's good. He does a job there, whatever, man. He plays to a decent standard there. But you can see the clear levels when he moves to that front three. The clear levels of difference.
Yeah, he be getting cooked. He be getting cooked.
Let me say something. Did you listen to what I said?
Brother, let me say something.
I said no. You didn't know because you didn't listen to what I said. I said Saka broke through at Arsenal playing left back and left wing back. He was playing there for about a year or so, breaking through, earning his spot in the team. Now he's a mainstay in that team and one of the most important players, or probably the most important player in that Arsenal team, playing as part of the forward line. Sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to take your chance wherever you can get it.
How many chances has this guy got, Saka?
Who?
Saka.
What are you talking about now or when he broke through?
When he broke through and now, how many chances has he been?
When he broke through, it was like injury problems to Tierney, and he had to take his chance and grab it. And then when Tierney got back into the team, he was getting sometimes he's getting a few places in the forward line, a few places playing left back. They switched to a back three. They switched to a back three. He had to play left wing back. Tierney was playing left centre back.
Didn't play.
One or two times he played in central midfield. Which
he didn't play left wing back as much as you think.
He did because I watch Arsenal. He did. My point is he took his chances and grabbed it. That's what you have to do. You have to take your chances and run with it. You're not always going to have all perfect players in your exact position. Take your chance and run with it.
Do you think Cho should have more chances? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Against who?
Anyone.
Okay, that's what I want. I want to know. You saying
just like anyone else, just like Ziyech, who's been underperforming many times, just like Havertz, who's been underperforming many times, just like Werner has. He deserves his chance as well. Why does everyone else get a chance to play dead in the team?
It's a fact. And then he gets one game, and then he doesn't do what you expect him, and then they get dropped. Like, it's unfair.
That doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
How many goals has Saka got?
I guess Tuchel out.
Saka barely scores any goals.
Because he's the one.
Never.
Yeah, he doesn't score goals.
Hasn't scored in 1 year until Tottenham or something.
Don't put that in the air.
Saka hadn't scored, I think, since like February or something like that. Until he scored against Tottenham, yeah.
Well, that's what.
And then Saka's very successful defensively too. Just putting that out there.
Like Saka's better as a wing back than he is a part of the forward line. Saka.
On this website, it's telling me Saka's only played left wing back 7 times in the league.
When?
In his ever.
7 times left wing back.
Yeah, in 50.
And how many times has he played left back?
Yeah, that's the same. 7, 8.
And when
he played once at left back and 7 times at left wing back, and he's played.
This is the standard of Arsenal.
He's played right attacking mid 25 times, left attacking mid 11 times.
I just named you a player who had to take his chance playing out of position.
He played decent there. Then he got his chance in the front three like Cho should get, and then we can see the difference.
But he got into the team having to play out of position.
So did Cho under Tuchel, but he hasn't been given his chance to step forward, which is all we're asking for.
Because he hasn't.
Wait, I'm not saying he should start against Man City at Etihad, bro. I'm just saying give the guy a couple runs, bro. What's the issue with that?
But you have to earn that. You don't just. Nothing is gifted to you.
Well, he didn't play well.
Then how does he earn that? How does he earn that?
What's Ziyech done, my brother? Please, what's Ziyech done to deserve minutes?
But I'm not. No one's mentioned.
He's trash, bro.
But why are you saying? Why are you saying Ziyech is trash? No one's mentioned Ziyech for you.
Because he's been trash.
I've never mentioned Ziyech. I didn't want him in the first
place.
Who
do you think deserves minutes? Only Mount, Werner, and Lukaku. Is that the only three that deserve minutes for you?
Wait, what do you? Are you talking about just starting against Brentford?
No, you said Cho doesn't deserve minutes, so he needs to prove himself. Okay, you said he needs to prove himself to get those minutes. Who in your eyes?
I said when he plays, he needs to grab his chance.
Who's grabbed their chance? Who should be starting for you in the front three?
Well, as of right now, or in general?
Now, bro.
Well, Lukaku, Werner, and I think whoever Ruben Loftus-Cheek to the midfield.
But everyone but Cho, bro.
That's what.
It's like everyone but Cho. Look how he thought about that too.
Because again, like I just said, I play Ruben to drop into midfield and make it a 3. That's exactly my reason. I just
now you're going around it. You're beating around the bush.
No, it's not going around. It's not going around it because that's why Mount plays. That's why Mount plays so he can drop into midfield and make it 3 and help out.
Bro, we played 3-5-2 a couple of times. It's very, very likely that we're going to continue with a 3-4-3. I'm just asking you in the front three, who would you like to see?
Yeah. And I just gave my answer.
You said Loftus-Cheek in the midfield, bro. You didn't say you didn't.
No, I said I play Loftus-Cheek so he can then drop into midfield.
Yeah, but I'm asking you if we go 3-4-3. If we go 3-4-3,
that is the question.
Who would you like to see in the front three? Who would you like to see?
Who would you like to see? That's the question.
I just gave you my question based off of how players are playing right now. I just gave you my question. I just gave you my answer.
In the front three, brother.
So you said Ruben dropped back, but we're not saying 3-5.
Yeah. And Ruben can play as part of that 3 up front, and also drop into midfield. Because that's quite again. That's quite literally what Mount does. That's literally what Mount does. So why can't Ruben do that?
Bro, we're just asking you, like.
And I just gave you an answer.
Bro, but you're talking about
so Werner, Lukaku, RLC, a front 3.
That's your.
Well, just based off of right now, then sure, yeah.
Oh wow.
That's literally that's just based off of right now.
You
not
gotta
based on when everyone's on form.
Listen,
I actually think it's a sick front 3.
Ruben right wing.
I will take Ruben, Timo, and Lukaku front 3.
I'm not taking Ruben in the front 3.
Yo, what's up with these agendas?
Anyone but Cho.
You know what's funny?
No, it's not about Cho.
It's not anyone but Cho, but it's just like, bro, you need to give the brother
time. Basically, it's like, I agree. He can have a chances, but not in tomorrow's game. He can play against in the Championship League. He can play against Norwich. That's when he should take his chances. You're not gonna take a chances away to a team that played well against the top teams. That's the biggest question. I don't care if he starts. He starts versus Norwich.
Alex, it's Brentford, dude.
Oh, you leaving to?
It's Brentford, exactly.
We shouldn't be scared, bro.
Yeah, right, bro. Run Brentford. Who's scared of Brentford here? Come on, man. You're telling me that. Come on, bro.
And their defense is the worst part.
That's perfectly fine.
These men are newly promoted. You're telling me Cho's got to start against the side.
Again, that's perfectly fine. We shouldn't be scared of them. That's why I said when I first came on that if that's it, because I don't fear Brentford, and that's fine. Let's play a 3 of Cho, Werner, and Lukaku. Let's perfectly do that. But what Matt was saying, and Chelsea fans of me saying and stuff, and how amazing this Brentford team is. Well, look what they did to Liverpool and stuff like that. They can be a threat. And if that's the case, they can be a threat. We might need someone in there who can do a bit of a job. But if you're saying it's fine and it's no problem, and I agree with that, it's no problem, then let's play Cho. It doesn't matter.
Listen, Brentford have had a couple.
Hold on. But all this that everyone's getting worked up about, we haven't played them yet. We're playing tomorrow. Once we see the lineup and if Cho's in there or he's not in there, then you guys can all get worked up about it. Not as of right now when we don't know whether or not he's playing. And saying, he should be given the chances. We don't know because we're not at tomorrow yet. We don't know. So
Nah,
this,
it's not even about the line. I'm just saying the guy deserves chances. I thought you man were trying to argue that he doesn't deserve a chance, innit?
No.
Certain men was, though. Don't get it wrong, guys.
Nobody's arguing that he doesn't deserve chances. We're arguing against what team?
No, but I'm not talking. Bro, I'm not talking about.
Just as Def was arguing about.
With due respect, I'm talking about Premier League, bro.
But has anyone said he doesn't deserve a chance?
But you said he needs to take his chances, bro. You said that.
Yeah, but I never said he doesn't deserve a chance. I said he needs to take his chances, and he does get chances. I want him to take them. By the way, I want all of our players to take chances when they get them. I want all of our players to take chances when they get them. By the way, like for example, when Barkley came off the bench and he took his chance, I want that. I want all our players to just take their chances when they get them. That's not bad of me to ask, is it?
He kind of took his chance, but the referee let him down.
But okay, if it doesn't count as a goal, then don't mention it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's no point of speaking about hypotheticals, man, because Werner would be one of the best goal scorers in Chelsea, bro.
Werner has been offside. That's the difference. We got wrong.
That's his fault.
So Cho crossed to someone who was offside, and the goal doesn't stand.
No, that wasn't the play. The play was they called it back like 2 plays before.
25.
Okay, so fine. Then you can say the VAR or whatever messed up, but again, it's a mute point now.
But that's not against Show.
It is against Show because it doesn't count for his assist.
But he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Nice, right? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't count towards his assist.
If Pizan did it, everyone would have said something different.
No, but Sadiq,
above average.
Sadiq, I wouldn't have said anything different. I'm consistent. It doesn't count as a goal. Whether
it's true, but it doesn't count, man.
It doesn't count as a goal.
That's not my thing, though. But he was playing. He's doing what he's supposed to do as a winger.
That's right.
I'm just saying it was an average game. That's just my opinion of it.
Okay, quick question.
I respect you.
He was average for the Super Cup, right?
Yeah.
I personally think he was average in the Super Cup, but Chelsea Twitter and everyone I was talking to was saying he had a stinker. I don't agree he had a stinker, though.
Was he worse in the Super Cup or Southampton?
I think kind of the same.
I don't think there's much to add between them.
Yeah, I don't think it's much.
He played way better against Southampton than
these guys don't like.
I genuinely don't think I genuinely don't think there's much to choose between, other than the goal that wasn't a goal or the assist that wasn't a goal.
What about the link up? I can name it because when I watch him, I watch with an unbiased eye. He was linking up very well with Chilwell on the left. He was switching the play over to Azpi.
That's why Chilwell was so pissed off. That's why Cho passed it to Chilwell.
All right, yeah, but you're saying that because y'all don't like him though. Y'all saying that y'all don't. But what about when he liked that guy? What about that?
You don't like him.
What about that though? What about that though? But what about that? What about when you like the guy?
What about the nutmeg?
Yeah. Was that good or no?
It happened. It was good, but what came out of it?
Chilwell ran down the line and Chilwell wasted it. All right. So what about the suture play to South?
Do you know how you saying? Here's the difference between what you looking at Cho and what I looking. You looking how he links up with the fullbacks. I'm looking how he looks up with the Lukaku. Because that's what he's supposed to look.
Okay, that's a different point, though. Like if y'all
it's not a different point.
It is though. Because I'm arguing what he did good in the match, like what he did good.
Yeah, but Xavi, you see those things, yeah.
But listen. I understand that he did something bad too. But the thing is, my point is, you guys always highlight his bad. Yeah, never bring up his good points. Never.
Yeah,
I have to bring it up.
I've not heard one.
Never do it.
Because I don't think it's a big thing if you not make somebody and pass it to the fullback.
I'm just saying he was doing well.
Did that, you'll be saying Pulisic was amazing.
I will never.
Honestly,
I don't think you know me that long. I don't think you know me that long to think I will say that.
I mean,
I don't get jumped.
I don't. He's right though. He's right, but all the I get you're trying to show his positive points, but overall he didn't really have a good performance or like that. So.
But was it above average? Was it above average?
Yeah, it was above average. But see, when you're talking about
that's my point.
But listen. When you're talking about nutmegs and switches of play, it's like
no, I'm hot, but it's like y'all would think he didn't do anything good in the game.
No, he did. He was positive.
But I'm not saying a nutmeg is a big thing. I'm just saying, all right, like if you're judging it as a winger, who are you supposed to link up with the overlap and left back, right? So if he's doing that yes, you are as a winger.
No, you're supposed to take on the defender one-on-one and then link up with the forwards. That's your job,
bro. If you're in the middle of midfield, you're not gonna do that, bro. If you're in the middle of midfield with midfielders on, you're not gonna do that. I understand when I can understand when he gets to the like near the box and you're one-on-one. Yes, you take on your winger. I could judge him on that. But when you're in that center circle where it's risky, you could lose the ball. I'm not gonna expect him to try to take on a man, and he loses the ball in the midway and half line, and then we concede. Yes, when he gets closer to the goal. But this is what I'm pointing out. But there's more aspects of wing play, though. There's more aspects of wing play, though. It's not just.
It's not much to it.
Let me end it, man, please.
What you mean it's not much to wing play? You think he just go at a defender and that's it?
No,
bro?
I'm not saying that he should not play Pasachuk's wing back around him. I'm saying that his primary job is taking one-on-one versus defender and connect with the forwards. That's his primary job.
Alex,
I agree with that, bro. I agree with that. But what my point is like highlighting the good that he does, and him linking up with your left back is important.
We don't get the service from midfield to create those.
I agree.
So how
that
you
can, as a Cho defender, you should not tell me how good Cho with Chilwell. You should tell me why Cho didn't get the chances or passes from the midfield. That should be your argument. But you freaking argue.
But that's not an argument. But that's not what I'm arguing, though. I'm arguing first of all, as a winger, your relationship with your left back is supposed to be good.
I agree, but not to the point of the.
But I'm not saying that's like whoa, like ole. Like I'm just highlighting the good points that he did. I'm saying what he can do better is take man on when he gets to the byline. I agree with that. I think that's the thing that he's.
I understand what you're saying, Xavi. I understand what you're saying. Do you before when he was under Sarri, when he started coming up and play a couple of games? What do you remember the most good about him? It's the actual when he was taking one-on-one a defender. Those things that when he actually on the speed he'll go overrun the defense. That's what you remember when he played on side. That's how he got on everybody's eye. He doesn't do that. That's what he needs to do to get.
And I don't disagree with that, bro. I don't. That's not my point, though. That's not my point.
I know what you're saying. Your point. I know what you're saying. What your point.
Yeah.
But to get on a Tuchel side, to get into the starting 11, you're not gonna tell me that that's what we should be looking for.
That's fair. But I'm saying overall, when I'm saying the criticism, I hear more criticism than good points. Like I never hear the good points.
I don't hear one good point. I don't hear one.
That's what I'm saying, bro. What your argument is fair, bro. Your argument is fair. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I'm not. For me, if he doesn't do his primary job, I don't need to fucking look at him what he does with Chilwell, how they kissing and fucking in the back line. That's not where I want him. I want him in the final third.
I could agree. I get what you're saying, bro. But those things are still he's doing things well, and he's having a good game. Switching the ball out to Azpi and creating chances. That's still as good as like creating dangerous as Azpi, bro.
For me, he's too defensive. I said it before a couple of weeks before when I said, for me the difference between why Robin Loftus-Cheek start, it's Robin playing without the fear that he was injured. Do you see how Chilwell doesn't take on a player? Because I think he still fears of that injury that he had. I think it's still on his mind.
Yeah, that's good. But does he get the game time though? Does he get the game time to work that up?
You can't. Robin Loftus-Cheek went to the Fulham and he stunk there. He sit on the bench. He took his time to get better. He didn't.
But then Cho wanted to go on loan, and when then Chelsea.
No, when Lampard he was
complaining
about his contract.
This year.
Yes,
Cho wanted to go on loan.
No, I'm talking about.
Wanted to go on loan. But Cho wanted to go on loan and do that this year, and he
got rejected.
We couldn't, if we had brought in a at the start of the window or throughout the window, whatever, we had brought in a right wing back because we were linked with Hakimi and Adama Traore. We had brought in a right wing back, and he definitely would have gone out on loan. So unfortunately, we couldn't bring in a right wing back. So again, put that on the board. Don't put that on Tuchel or whoever stopping him from going out on loan because we couldn't bring in someone to replace.
Yeah, but he can't. But he can't get his game time then. That's what I'm saying.
But he does get game time. Well, okay.
Well,
look at Let me ask this. When you guys all say he should get game time, because he does get game time, by the way, what do you guys actually mean by that?
Like what he's saying, what Alex was saying, right? He wants to see him go and be explosive as a defender, and he still thinks he's scared of the position.
Well, I don't know. Forget what Alex said. When you guys say game time, what does that mean?
Left wing chances.
No, forget. No, I don't care about position because if Tuchel's going to play him right wing back, you can't complain. When you say he needs game time, Xavi, what does that mean?
At least he deserved to play in the Southampton game. He deserves to play against Norwich, and he deserves to come in against. This is pending. If he does well, like if he does anything, if he does like he did against Southampton, he deserves.
For a simple 3 to 5 games in a row at least. Start.
Okay. Do you think? So he. How do I word what I'm trying to say? He deserves 3 to 4 games or 3 to 5 games, whatever it is exactly that you said.
Yeah.
To just play in a row, based off of what?
Because other players around.
Because everyone else has got their chance. They haven't taken it, and they get thrown back into the lineup. Everyone apart from him. So it's his turn.
Okay. Now. Okay, fine, fair enough. So after that 3 to 5 games or whatever in a row, if he plays that, what do you then expect from that?
I expect goals. I expect assists. I expect a lot.
Okay, that's just very good performances, bro. Just the impact on the game.
Good link up with Chilwell.
And that's fair.
That's fair. Hold on.
And if he doesn't do it,
hold on.
If he doesn't do
it, I get you.
No, but hold on. Good performances, like you said against.
You know me better.
Like what against Southampton and in the Super Cup and stuff. No, if you're playing 3 to 4 games in a row, you need to be brilliant. You need to be phenomenal in order to earn and stamp that place.
Okay, keep that same energy for
I do. But again, I do. Because if someone's playing 3 to 5 games in a row,
you're saying bring them back in.
Yeah, but bro, this is what we're trying to say to you. We're trying to say that no one's been brilliant. No one's been worthy.
I know no one's been brilliant. I agree. Again, I know that, and I've said that. And if someone is getting forget that show. By the way, if this is Ziyech or Barkley, whoever, Alonso, if anyone's getting 3 to 4 games or 3 to 5 games in a row just to play like that, I expect them to be more than good. Because there has to be some sort of a justifiable reason why they're getting 5 games max to play in a row.
What about Barkley? Why he doesn't deserve?
They need to be. If Barkley, for example,
Barkley can come in.
No, let's say Barkley.
That pass was a gem.
If Barkley's playing 5 games in a row, and by the way, I love Barkley. If Barkley's playing 5 games in a row, I need a justifiable reason as to why. He needs to be phenomenal in those 5 games.
5 games is already too much for me, but 3 games definitely is definitely my point.
Okay, fine. 3 games again, same thing. You need.
I think 3 games is good. Like for example, next game
he's out. Simple as that. But I can tell you this now: he will not be on the same form that Havertz and Ziyech have done this season. I can tell you that right now.
Fine, but in those 3 games or 5 games or whatever, you can't tell me he's been good because good is what he did. Because that's what he did against Southampton.
Assists and goals. I said that.
Well, not even necessarily just. Well, he does need that, but not necessarily that. I mean, in terms of the performance itself, it needs to be brilliant. It needs to be phenomenal. Because he can't be playing obviously he needs to get goals and assists. But I'm talking about in terms of the performance itself as well. Right?
Okay,
don't you need performance to back that up?
If he scores an assist but doesn't have a very, very good performance, he has to be dropped whilst.
Well, not have to be dropped. But that's the same thing people say about Werner, that he will score, but because he didn't play well, that he like people have said the exact thing about Werner because he misses 2-3 chances. But if he scored, should he not then still play? But people will say no because he still missed 3, 4, 5 whatever chances. He shouldn't be playing.
He stays in. It's simple as that.
Okay, I'm not even arguing with that. But I'm just saying, besides just scoring or getting the assist or whatever, the performance has to play well. right? Like we say about the team, you can winning is brilliant, and we do need to win, but we also need to play well because eventually
you have to be very good. Majority.
Yeah.
You can have an off game and still score.
Oh, okay, fine. And yes, I'm going to expect an off game in 5, but the majority of what he's playing needs to be more than just good.
Let me ask you something, Sadiq. How many
chances? We're challenging for this. We're trying to win this title.
No,
by the way.
why we're only talking about this season? He was at Chelsea last season. Why he didn't get so many chances under Lampard, his favorite uncle, the one who made him get paid 200 quid a week? Why he didn't had so many starts?
I mean, that was
He's
because of
such
the
a good
club.
player.
Lampard didn't
Not for the club,
get
man.
that
Not because of
contract.
him.
What are we talking about? It definitely wasn't because of Lampard that he got that
The
contract.
club broke the
Yeah.
structure, bro.
Because he was on the verge of leaving.
Let him
And
leave,
Lampard
then.
came
Let
in,
him leave.
and he all of a sudden signed a contract. And he said that the Lampard convinced him to stay.
Yeah, but bro, you know players do this a lot. They say, "Oh, there's rumors between the agents just so they can get more money on their contract." Or
Alex, every player said Ziyech, Chilwell, Werner, how important Lampard was for them signing stuff. When he got sacked, articles came up from Athletic saying 5 out of 6 signings were the board signings, not because of Lampard.
Yeah, because I don't think Chelsea has a preference of what coaches does. If Chelsea sign players based on what Chelsea, they don't. Not coach doesn't have nothing to do. But with the youngster, with Cho, definitely Lampard.
No, bro, what everyone was saying was Lampard pulling power. When Lampard was here, everyone said he's got pulling power. He's signing these guys. Bro. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Everyone was saying
Lampard
that.
has a pulling power on Cho too to sign a new contract.
Nah, man, it's not to do with Lampard, man.
It's everything to
The
do with
club paid
Lampard.
the money, bro. Money talks. Money.
Exactly. How?
Money gets the world
What?
around.
How? Like because of him, we lost Timo. Timo. What's his name?
Tomori.
Tamori. Not Tamori. That one that went to Rome. Tammy.
Yes.
Because Tammy wanted
Tammy.
Tammy wanted close 180 quid a week, and he was comparing him versus Cho on 200.
Yeah.
Now we have the same problem. Rudiger doesn't make what Cho makes.
Yeah.
Do you see my point of
That's the club's
frustration?
fault, though. That's the club's fault. The club made the choice.
Yeah, but see, when there was such interest from Bayern, like we had to do something to get him.
No, of course, I understand that, but obviously this was before the injury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was during the injury. It was during the injury. It was while he was injured.
Before he got.
No, he signed it. He signed it while he was injured.
No, I think it was before still.
No, 1,000,000%, bro. It was in the summer, bro. He was still injured. He hasn't played yet.
He got injured in May. He signed it before.
No way, not a chance.
Bro, he got injured.
I guarantee it, bro. I guarantee it's July or August.
Yeah, I gotta
Anyway,
go.
My point is he got injured the same time as Cho.
You're big
Cho
up,
got
big up.
as Robin Loftus-Cheek. My problem is
And Loftus-Cheek got a new contract that summer as well.
Guys, man, I gotta wrap it up, man. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
2 hours 40, man.
No problem, man. No problem. I'm just saying, like,
it was heated.
they had the same injury with the same time,
so-
and so for some reason, Robin has more mentality to get over the injury than the younger person.
It's true. It's true. No, listen, it's true, man. But there's still time, bro. There's still time. He's what, 21 or something?
Exactly. There's plenty of Norwiches, plenty of League Cups for him to play.
By the way, Hudson-Odoi signed his contract on the 19th of September.
What year?
2019.
Okay,
was that
and
after?
he got injured in the May before that.
Exactly. You said that he signed the contract before he got injured. I said after.
Yeah, it was after.
That's what I meant. Like, oh, hold on, no, he got injured before he signed a contract, right?
Yeah.
He signed and then he got injured. That's what I was saying.
No, he
It's not
injured.
true?
He injured, then he got signed.
Okay, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap
See
it
you.
up. Thank you. We're gonna do a review tomorrow. Landless Prime got the best out of me today. I can't even lie. I've not responded.
I'm surprised how
It's
much I was
just-
actually proud of Prime.
Bruv, I've
Usually
not
they
responded
don't get
on the
along.
stream like that in ages.
Sadiq, it's all love, bro. It's all love, bro. Sorry.
Full love,
See you guys.
Take care, Alex. Take care, Landless.
See you, buddy.
Take care. Alfred, go sleep, bro. You never sleep. Father, I don't know what happened. This guy's been talking to Astrid, probably. Yeah. Big up Ads,
No.
man. He's injured and he still doesn't come on the stream, man. But it is what it is, you man.
Big up Ads, bro.
Big up, lads.
See you, guys.